Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream once again. We're actually back on a second stream. Like, what is this? Actually, Pixie's streaming again. This is weird. It's too weird. But welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully, you are all good. As always, guys, let me know if you can hear me all good in the chat. I'd very much appreciate that. If you haven't already as well, drop a like on the stream. Always helps out, guys. Remember, if you're new, hit that sub button, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Slap it on Twitter, whatever it is that you feel like doing. Much appreciated, guys. Okay? But, yeah, man, let me know if you can hear me all good, and we'll get this show on the road. We'll get it on the road, guys. We'll get it on the road. So, yeah, I did say that we'd try and get back on a gaming stream this evening on Twitch, but, you know, it's, we didn't. So, yeah, we won't get into it too much, but hopefully over the weekend, yeah? So, how are you doing, guys? Hopefully you're all good. Yo, what's going on, Ruben? Right, dude, long time no see. Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's going on, Turntable? How's it going, Rink? Welcome. How are you guys doing? Let's get us switched over to the right scene, shall we? There we go. Okay, awesome. Sound. All right. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing anyway, man? How is Friday treating you so far, guys? Hopefully good. You ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the weekend, are you, guys? Are you ready? It looks like Ethereum's trying to break out, but I hope it's not a fake out again. I swear, Ethereum's just like, hey, you want to break out? You want to go longer? No, I'm not going to. And then you're like, shit, shall I close the trade? And then it's like, nah, I'm joking, I'm going long, bro. So, yeah. Oh, okay then. Royal, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Give me a second, guys. Let me just get some of this stuff closed. The Incent campaign started as well, guys. Just got to let you know, if you do want to actually get yourself a little bit of free crypto, you can do so every time a code pops up above my head. Not on this screen, but you'll see it above my head in the... above where my head is on the screen when we switch scenes. And you'll see those codes pop up, guys. What you want to do is hop onto your phone, go onto the Android or the Play Store or the iOS Store, guys. Search for the Incent app. That's I-N-C-E-N-T. I-N-C-E-N-T. And you can put in the code, guys, that pops up when it comes on screen, and you can claim yourself a little bit of free crypto. You know, free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff, don't they, man? Working from home's growing a wizard face. Yeah, I need to shave. Dude, I had to shave my head the other day, man. I was starting to really look like a freaking hobo. And these glasses are doing me great now because my new monitors are nice and vibrant. And now I've got that ring light behind me. So I can do, like, you know, I can do the freaking music video shit, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a good job I got these blue blockers on at the minute because I'll be blind otherwise, man. It's like looking at the fucking sun. I need to drop the brightness down, I think. Yo, Jamie, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. How goes it, sir? How goes it? So yeah, currently, I only dipped in it. It was only a little one because, like I say, it keeps faking out. It's a tiny trade, like tiny trade. It's currently just in profit. We're talking cents in profit here at the moment. I just went for a little one because, like I said, I don't trust Ethereum at the minute. It keeps faking out. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens, and then maybe we'll close it and we'll quickly dip into a bigger trade. We'll see. We ain't going to worry about it too much. I ain't worried about really long in Ethereum that much. I typically kind of do it on Bitcoin, but you know, I wasn't too sure what we were going to do there, so I just chucked it quick. It's only like a fucking $10 long on it, just because I was hoping we might see a breakout, and then if we did, we'll maybe see what we do with that, but I ain't thinking about it too much. But let me get switched over to the scene. All right, guys, welcome. Hello there. Welcome, Mike. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, I can wear a cap now, and half my face is not in shade, so that's good. But how's everybody doing anyway, though, guys? It's good to see you all. We are seeing some moves. The alt season is well and truly here, guys. We're seeing the pams. Hold up a second. Let me just switch back to this scene a second because I need to close down some tabs here. Jamie, thank you for the love over on Twitter. Mike, Rosie, thank you for the love over on Twitter, guys. Very much appreciated. You're awesome. Yo, what's going on, Ruben? You able to get it? I haven't bothered buying one, dude. I might get one at some point this year. I'm not really too fussed, if I'm honest. I mainly game on PC now, dude, so I don't really really bother. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I probably will pick one up at some point. My main thing at the minute, dude, is I'm trying to get myself a new GPU. I haven't really looked, if I'm honest, the last couple of weeks. I've been so invested in freaking the markets and keeping an eye on things. I haven't really thought too much about gaming. So my next big purchase, entertainment wise, is going to be a 3080, which I still don't think them in stock where I want to get it from. So I'm just gonna wait until a 3080 comes in stock, and then maybe later on in the year I might get myself a PS5. But yeah, I think they're still hard to get, aren't they? Aren't they still really hard to get? PS5s at the moment, or have I missed the restock boat? Are we back in stock on the PlayStation 5s and that now? So yeah, one of them. Doge had a pump earlier. You know, we got to keep talking about Doge at the minute because he's still hanging on. So, you know, had a bit of a pump there. It actually went from just under 7 cents to just over. I think it had like about a 5 or 6% little mini pump there, didn't he? Yeah, it had a 5% pump, which I don't know where that came from. But like I said, like I was saying earlier, you know what I mean? I do not see Doge as a good trading asset at the minute, right? But that's not to say that I don't think it's going to have some upside. It well possibly may have, and it's kind of doing that right now. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the super trend because it doesn't really do ranges very well, and we're kind of in a rage at the minute. It's better for trends. But yeah, this little mini pump came out of nowhere. But like I said, it really has respected TA to a degree that I didn't really expect Doge. You know, we had this. This is where I got out. Just a little recap. I got in on the initial pump. I got out at a decent range. I got back in around 5.5 cents. I told myself I wasn't going to bother. Even with all the Elon pumps, I was like, it's not for me. I'm just going to watch it from the side. Then we got into this really bullish ascending triangle. So I was like, stuff it. As we were starting to break through, I was like, I'm getting in there. I got in at 5.5 and I got out just over 8 cents, 8.2. So I was pretty much at the top. I was above the candle close anyway, and I got out. And then I said we'll probably trend to the downside, but we might look at having a higher low and coming back up. Lo and behold, though, guys, we hit this earlier trend line. We dipped just below it and then really found some support on it, which is actually quite surprising. It's a little bit moved now. It's not bang on, but it was only tested at one point, really, but it respected it. It came back down, and this was an area for support, like I said anyway, a small area for support, but it came in with this trend line, and it bounced straight off that trend line, guys, and it is continuing to rise. It's trying to break through this secondary ascending triangle just here, so we could well see some continued upside on Doge. Like I said, we might see 8 cents again. I don't think we're going to see much higher than that personally, but you never know. We might go a little bit higher. It might happen. I don't know. At the moment with Doge, it's one of them, like, it could shit the bed and absolutely dump like a truck right now. But I'm more on the side of a little bit bullish with it. I'm not buying any, but I think we might see 8 cents. I really do. It had a major pump. I don't know where that came from. There must have been. I don't know. I don't think anybody was tweeting about it unless there was just a surge of buys going on. I'm not too sure, or I'm not exactly sure what caused that, but it happened, and there you go. Doge had a little mini pump, man. Back ordered like crazy here in Canada. Parents had to pre-order 2 of them, which took ages to arrive. Elon will be on the blower if it goes to 8. Right, dude. Elon will be on the blower if it goes to 8, and he'll be on the blower if it goes below fucking 6.5, in my opinion. You know, if Doge comes down to 6, Elon will start tweeting about it. Watch, guarantee. I really do think he will now. And if he does start to dump, you know, like, fair enough, he might be rescuing a bunch of people who are in too deep. But if he does start to dump and he starts tweeting, I think it's a little bit dodgy, you know what I mean? One would start to question, is this market manipulation? Do you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to just make sporadic tweets about Doge and, you know, say you've bought Doge, but then, you know, if every time it starts to go down, you just randomly make tweets, it's going to be like, right, I see what you're doing. I see it. I don't judge the hustle, but naughty boy, stop. So yeah, like I say, I think we'll see continued upside without any tweets from Elon, if I'm honest. We might, like I say, might see 8 cents again. I just don't think we're going to break it, though. This is going to be severe resistance. Possibly, like you say, if Elon tweets around about this 8 cents, it probably will push it through. But like I say, we're having diminishing returns on Elon tweets now, guys. They went from creating major pumps. I've just dragged my freaking... I don't know where I dragged that line from there. let's not worry about it too much, shall we? Whatever. This is a mess anyway. I don't see any major rises, but like I say, it went from super pumps to smaller pumps to smaller pumps to pretty much just stopping a dump, and then, you know, they're really not doing what they did before. But like I say, that's the law of diminishing returns. There's only so much his tweets can do as the market cap gets larger. Obviously, the market cap's dipped a bit, so maybe another tweet might give it to pump. But I think once you get round to these sort of levels, the 8-9 cents, there's only so much the tweets can do. You know what I mean? A little bit doji. Hey! But, you know, people say I'm a hater. Like, I've had people call me a Doge hater. I'm not a Doge hater. I am a asset agnostic. I'm asset agnostic. The only one that I really do truly believe in, and I've got like a genuine, well, two, is Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin because I do think it's the genuine future of store of value and a hedge against inflation. And I think that a lot of currencies could possibly be based and backed by Bitcoin. We'll see. I think crypto is the future, and I think Bitcoin's going to spur it. Ethereum, just because I love what it does, but at the minute, you know, gas fees and the network, you know, that's why I'm so bullish on ADA and DOT, because I believe they're going to try and rectify the problems with Ethereum. But like I always say, be asset agnostic, man. Don't have a loyalty to an asset, guys. Okay, it's an asset. It's there to make you money. It's not there for you to praise it or cuddle it or send it nice messages of the night to make sure it feels comfortable in its own skin. Make some money off it and get the fuck out of it. That's what I say. And obviously, unless it's an ever increasing asset, then, you know, it's always a good idea to leave some in. That's why, like I say, probably won't be taking any, if small amounts of Bitcoin this run, because my idea is just to hold on to it really and just get as much as I can through the bear market over the next 3 years, along with ADA and DOT. They're like the main things I'm just looking to hoard. I want more. I'm just going to hoard the shit out of them because, like I say, I believe ADA and DOT are going to be insane next run. I think they're going to do insane shit this run. ADA already is, but you know, I really do think next run we're going to see some pretty insane stuff coming from those, and we're already seeing major devs jumping on to ADA at the moment. I think ADA and Polkadot are the top two in terms of development teams jumping on them. So yeah, I'll see what you did there. Haven't heard you hate on Doge since you started these streams. I'll say, like I say, I think the people who say that sort of stuff have, you know, I think a lot of the people who try and attach themselves to a currency sometimes it's because maybe they've overinvested what they shouldn't have, and they feel like they need to like, you know, spread the word, the gospel, because it's like, dude, get me back up to where I was, man, so I can get the fuck out myself. But DOT looking nice, pushing for that $30, guys. I told ya, we had that good little pump earlier, but like I say, DOT really does love to pump and then dip back down to the EMA and then just bounce off it nicely. We came up, we came back down. We didn't really touch it, but we bounced off the EMA. Probably going to hopefully see $30 here, and then I reckon we'll have a little bit of a correction, come back down, bounce off the EMA again, and then continue on. But at some point, I think we're going to have a real serious drive. We might be seeing something like this sort of price action around this sort of area. So we could be around here in the minute. So we could see $32 before we have a little bit of a recorrection there, to be fair. What's Bitcoin doing? Looks like Bitcoin's trying to go for 48k again, guys. I need to stop being a cheapskate, man, and get fucking Spotify Premium, man. I've been saying that for months now. I still don't do it. I'm such a scrub. I suppose I wonder what you're saying on the smaller time zones. I don't really typically trade small time zone, but there can be an indication sometimes. Larger time zones usually win out, but you know, if there's strong enough moves within those time zones, you can maybe you know, can push through to the larger time zone. I was thinking if we got a bit of a channel there, but I don't think. I mean, a wedge. If we got off the really don't really work, does he? But I do think we're gonna maybe see some upside on Bitcoin. Like I say, I keep saying I am on the part of, like I say, I do think we're going to see a correction in Bitcoin. Because like I say, I do still, and I'm just going to go over this again, but I just want to mention it. Oh shit, fuck. Let's refresh. Fucking hate the charts on this shit, man. You click the wrong thing and then it's just like, go fuck yourself. So like, this is where we are right now, right? Okay. We had this correction around 40k, 42k we had for a month. It looks, in my opinion, we're kind of in this sort of situation again. A lot of people thought we were like in the 2013, 2014 run. I don't think we are. I think we're more looking like we're looking more like the 2017, 2018 run. So for me personally, I do think this is where we are right now. Actually, it doesn't mean it's going to play out like this, but the trend is your friend till the end kind of thing. And I think that's what we're seeing. I do think we're going to probably. I still think that sort of 55k to 60k range is going to be where we're going to see a little bit of a pullback. Like I say, maybe come back down to 45k, between 45k to 38k possibly, and then we're going to see the serious rally. And I think if that happens, I think we'll see 100k in this run, and I think that will be our peak. You know, obviously, that's just total speculation. That's just kind of guesstimating, going off previous runs, really, without much calculation, if I'm honest. So don't put too much in it. But that's kind of where I think we're going, if I'm honest. You know, it's total speculation at the minute. But that's why I am. Where's my other? Yeah, so this is where I've got this little box in here, because this is kind of the area where I'm looking at to see what Bitcoin kind of does. Like, you know, it could happen before that, it could happen after it, it might not happen. You know what I mean? Like we have cycles, and there's nothing to say that this cycle is going to be different, apart from we have true institutional money now. I know we had big cash. People with lots of money invested into Bitcoin before. We didn't have institutions. We didn't have things like PayPal coming through. MasterCard deciding they're going to allow payments, Visa, you know, we've got like Grayscale and massive hedge funds talking about really making it part of their balance sheet. We've got Tesla allowing you to buy Teslas with freaking Bitcoin, putting it on the balance sheet. I know now that I think this was already a thing through other third parties, but I think now you can use Apple Pay via Bybit to buy things with Bitcoin, which is kind of cool. Apple haven't exposed themselves to it yet, but if they do, whoo, that could be crazy. But yeah, like I say, I think this between 55 to 60k is going to be an area to look out for, because I think we could see a bit of a decent retraction before we then run on for the 100k run possibly. But you know, that's total speculation yet. We can't really say that at all. We could just continue to run. I think if we do have this sort of correction though, I think it'll give us more power to go for that higher move, if I'm honest. I think if we just go into some parabolic moves now, you know, I think that'll signal that we're maybe going to end a little bit earlier than we thought, which I'm hoping we don't. We're 278 days or something like that after the halving. So in theory, we should at least have 100 days before we peak on Bitcoin. But like I say, I think it might be stretched out. I think this could maybe happen next month, possibly. We'll see. We need to get to 60k before I think that's going to happen. It might happen beforehand. It might not happen. It's total speculation. What do I think of BAT? I haven't really been following BAT much, but I was planning to. I think I did have a tab open for BAT earlier, because we were having a little look at basic attention token, weren't we? Which browser is it that uses BAT now? Is it like Brave or something? I can't remember. I know that that's what it's used for, yeah. I believe so anyway. I can't really remember. I haven't really looked too much into the fundamentals of BAT, if I'm honest. But let's have a look at the chart, see what it's saying. We're up 6% on the 24 hours, aren't we? I think we looked earlier, didn't I? Didn't I say it was looking quite decent? The chart's all fucked up, man. It looks like it's in a little bit of a consolidation phase here, doesn't he? It looks very similar to what happened prior to that. You know, this little seems to do similar sort of thing to DOT, but in a little bit of a different pattern. It has these little moves, comes back down, bounces off the EMA. Seems to do that over and over again, doesn't he? Yeah, I think we're going to see continuation to the upside on that, to be fair, dude. It's bouncing off the EMA there. Let's what's the RSI, and we look like we're waning off on sell pressure anyway. Yeah, man, I think we're in a little bit of a what's it there, aren't we? A kind of a downward facing, a descending triangle there, but I don't know, man. We could see a little bit of more of a breakdown. I think we might come down a little bit more, maybe down to 0.61, and then I think we might see a little bit of a bounce off the EMA, if I'm honest. I wouldn't like to give a target there. Like I said, I don't really know too much about the fundamentals, but just looking at how things are going, it's had a fucking good run, hasn't it, actually? It's had a really good run. Yeah, Like I say, at the minute, it could be 50-50 on this, in my opinion. It looks like it's consolidating a little bit, but we could see a little bit more to the downside. But I think maybe we'll come down a little bit more and maybe bounce off the EMA. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. Yo, Jambo, what's going on, fella? Welcome to the stream. 4 hours looks better, actually. Obviously, ignore that triangle. It's terrible. I'm just trying to, give the gist. Got a decent wick on the daily, so he's had quite a bit of pullback, hasn't he? I'd say that's maybe consolidating a little bit more, but the way things are going, we are in alt season. If I had to hedge a bet there, I'd say a little bit more to the downside, and I think we're going to continue on up the upside. What we're looking at on these prior pumps. What did we get on this last one after this downturn? If you're going to go off that, 16%? If you had another 16% pump off that, what's that going to take us to? Or we could go for a measured move. We could go for it if we went from the wick. Depending on which way we go, could see 0.54, 0.7, 0.71. I wouldn't like to really hazard a guess at that. I mean, I need to look into bat a little bit more, actually. I was thinking about getting in around about here the other day and decided not to. Kind of wish I'd have got in now, if I'm honest, because what we had over the last couple of days. Let's go from where I said I was maybe getting in. At a 69%, man. I think we've still got plenty of upside on the bat, if I'm honest. It looks like we could see a little bit in the short term, a little bit of downside, but I think it's going to bounce and maybe come back up. But I wouldn't bet on that at the minute. It's kind of in like price decision at the moment, in my opinion. It could go either way, really. We could see quite a bit of a dip there, or a little bit of an upturn. But I think even if it comes back down a little bit, it's going to probably drop right through the EMA, just like these kind of situations, and then it'll probably have quite a strong upturn then. What about ADA? Dude, I'm bullish as fuck on ADA. At the moment, my only worry is at the moment with ADA. The RSI doesn't look great, but RSI is sprung so much. We've kind of got a little bit of low volume at the minute, haven't we? I think everybody's kind of in a decision what to do just yet. They're kind of waiting. So for me, I'm super bullish on ADA. I think. The thing to look at ADA is you've got to look at the ADA to ETH chart over the last few years. Now, this dollar area is a real level of resistance, not just because it's a psychological resistance against the dollar or the USDT. It's a resistance against Ethereum. Now, if you look over the last few years, every time we got up to around about $1, we've been rejected, we've broke down, and then same things happened again, broke down, same things happened again, broke down. The only time we did break it was in a previous bull run. So that's hopeful. We're in a bull run right now. The fact of the 2017-2018 bull run, ADA didn't get to take part in the entirety of the bull run, but still broke through this resistance and then went on to carry on for another 150%. So, if you're going to go by trends, doesn't mean it's going to happen again. It depends on how Ethereum plays in the coming days and weeks. If we can break through this resistance here and see another 150%, there's no reason why we couldn't see a $2.50 ADA. But at the moment, like I say, with ETH going the way it is, we can't really say just yet. We need ETH to kind of just simmer down, settle for a little bit, maybe do some sideways trading along with Bitcoin, and then I think ADA could go on a run. But my main worry with ADA, we've had a little bit of a nice correction for the hourly and the 4 hourly, but my main, well, still a little bit what's it on the 4 hourly, but my main issue for ADA is on the daily, is that we're so overstretched. Let me get rid of the super trend. We're so overstretched from my EMA bands, which is a little bit worrying. I feel like we're just a little bit too overbought on ADA at the moment. We're seriously overbought on the RSI. We've gone on insane gains on the daily. It just looks like I feel like we need a correction. Not just because of where it's at, but I feel like it will do us good. I feel like if we really do want to see that $2 plus ADA, I think we need a little bit of a pullback just to give us a little bit of a little bit more health in the run. We can't continue like this, in my opinion. Altcoins go insane sometimes, but I just think if we don't want to hit a $1.50 or $2 and have an insane blow off top and get wrecked, I think we need that correction personally. And like I say, if Bitcoin did do what I was talking about it doing, maybe pushing to 55, 60k, coming back down, that would be a freaking, I don't know what the fuck that happened. That would be at a decent point for ADA to do that, actually. It just depends how long it takes them to do that. Because like I say, I think ADA is due for a bit of a correction. Maybe it'd be better if ADA did correct before that happened, because with this correction happening and maybe Bitcoin having a little bit of a doopy-doop, it might push the price down a little bit too much. But then again, like I say, if ADA comes back, like I think if we have a correction, I think we could see anything between 70 and 60 cents, personally, if I'm honest. But, you know, that's just going off where I think it's maybe going to bounce off the EMA, really, if I'm honest. So I think anywhere between 70 to 60 cents could be the more extreme of the correction. But, you know, 80 cents wouldn't be out of the realm as well, a possibility. But I do think we are going to see a short-term correction, at least, for ADA. And like I say, I think it'll be healthier for us, because we're not going to be able to continue this, you know what I mean? In this situation, my worry is if we can continue just pushing up, we might just break through the dollar, but we get wrecked here. You know, we get up just about 120, and then we'd see a fat dump, which I don't want us to happen with ADA. I want ADA to really go on and run this season. One, because I've got a bit of a bag in ADA, and two, I just believe in the project. I believe ADA and DOT, for me, a long-term project, so I really want to see it do well this bull run. It'll get more eyes on it, although, you know, ADA's doing fine as it is. But like I think, you know, ADA is a really good project for the future. So, yeah, I think if we have a correction, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it came back down to 70 cents, possibly even 60 cents. It could happen. And then I think if we do, we'll have a nice bounce, and I think we'll storm through $1 then, I do. Especially if Ethereum simmered a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Managed to buy Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare and Guts and Glory for £5. Oh, nice, man. In a game I really wanted to see drop price for a couple of years now. Which one's that one now, dude? Is that the one I was playing on stream before? Was it the OG one that originally came out? It's the OG one, isn't it? I think. One of my favourite games I played 7 years ago. Next year, it's an older one then, yeah. I got PVCs less than $1 a year ago because it was on sale. I never played one before. Yeah, dude, man, they're great games, man. I think they're awesome, you know. What's ADA's next 2 days? Well, I wouldn't like to say in terms of... I can kind of give expected price predictions, but I wouldn't like to say exactly to the day. Obviously, it's all dependent on what Bitcoin does, and obviously Ethereum. At the moment, Bitcoin and Ethereum are trying to push up. Bitcoin, I think, just peaked over 48k again, but looks like it's possibly getting rejected. It seems to be a real psychological barrier for Bitcoin at the moment. 48k does. I think if we can break 50k on Bitcoin, I think we're going to see a snap to possibly 60k. But like I said, I really do think that's an area to look out for with Bitcoin personally. It's between the 55 to 60k margin, because I think just looking at the previous runs, we might have a bit of a correction. We might not. You know what I mean? People aren't talking about it. Most people who know a lot more than me aren't talking about it, but I see it on the cards, man. I really do. I think we're going to have a little bit of a short-term correction and maybe see another month like this. I'll be totally happy with that, because that'll allow altcoins to just go on a fucking run. But it's dropping right now. Shall I do swing trade? I can't suggest what to do with your trades, dude. Me personally, I'm probably just gonna hold, and I'm probably gonna grab some more on the dip, if I'm honest, because I'm trying to gain as much ADA as possible. I'm obviously gonna take profit at the end of this run, but like my aim is after this run as well is just stack as much ADA as possible, because I think in 2024 ADA is gonna be a big mover. I think ADA is gonna be one of those coins that's gonna make people rich. Do you know what I'm saying? I really do. I think it's gonna be a coin that makes people rich. But yeah. I wouldn't suggest what to do with your money, dude. Definitely, that's something that you'll have to make a decision on yourself. Like I say, at the moment, I think looking at things right now, I think we're just going to consolidate for a little bit. We might just consolidate for a little bit and then push. We might not even need the correction. Do you know what I mean? If you consolidate for a few days, that'll make the daily look a lot better. It'll give the EMA a chance to you know, catch up a little bit. We'll be in a really powerful position then, I believe. We need this RSI down a little bit. Like I say, we're super overbought at the minute. We're overstretched, so we need some consolidation at the moment. ADA just needs to cool down just a little bit for a few days, personally, because it's boiling. Do you know what I mean? And I just worry if we continue like this, we're gonna have a fat blow off top. And just remember as well, guys, we have altcoin cycles as well. So I know we did have like a DeFi pump in the summer, but just because we have blow off tops and it looks like altcoin season's over, we might have a second wave throughout this bull run. But yeah, what's the value of ADA at the moment? It is 92 cents at the moment. It peaked out at around 97, 98 cents. Was it something like that, guys, when it peaked out? But it skyrocketed in the last few days. Like, I think, was it about 30 cents like a week ago? 97, just short of 98. Ada's just been on an absolute tear. Just look at that. Fucking gorgeous, man. We're at 35 cents on the first. So in less than 2 weeks, we've gone from 35 cents to 91 cents. Which, you know, that's the sort of gains you love to see, man. That's the sort of gains you love to see. So yeah, we're sitting just around about, just short of 92 cents, round about there. We're hovering around that sort of position at the moment. Let's have a look on the smaller time zone, see if we can see anything brewing in the smaller time zone. Yeah, it could go either way in the short term, really, personally. Like, super short term. We could see a little mini pump, try for this all-time high again, get rejected, come back down, and we could break down a little bit and find some support around about the 86 cents or even higher. At the minute, it looks like it just wants to trade sideways, so we'll know soon, though. But at the moment, I don't know. I wouldn't like to say exactly where we're going. In these sort of situations, RSI is not the best indicator, really, to be fair. There's no point using the what's. Let's have a look at the Ichimoku. What's Ichimoku saying? Yeah, possibly might be looking towards a little bit of a downswing, maybe. It's not going to be major, though. We're only on small time zones here. I wouldn't really trade anything like that, guys. Me, personally, when it comes to deciding to make any longs or well, I won't be short in the mini because we're in a bull market, but if it comes to making any sort of trades, like I typically look at the 15-hour and the 4-hour. But yeah, for me personally at the moment, I think ADA's it looks like it's trying to consolidate at the moment, actually. So that could be good. I'll be fine with ADA just hanging around, consolidating for a couple of days, and then maybe going on a run. We're going to the 4-hour. We actually are back under being overbought now, so that's a good sign. We're seriously Actually, we've pulled back in, actually, on the early. It's on the daily, isn't it, really, where we're super overbought? It's just the daily, man. Like I say, if we can have this consolidation, actually, if we could just consolidate for today, I think, or maybe tomorrow as well, I think that might actually put us in a good position to just continue on up, if I'm honest. Like I say, it's all dependent, though, on us breaking this resistance with Ethereum. This is the thing that really matters. Like, I'm not so much looking at the dollar when it comes. I think it's a psychological barrier, and once you pass it, it'll be good. But this is ADA's main barrier at the minute. It's ADA's pair with Ethereum. If you can break this, purple box here. We'll be snapping to $2 and $2.50, possibly $3 in no time. There's people out there saying $5 to $6. There's people saying $10. There's people saying insane amounts, which I can't see that happening at all. I think if we can get above $3, that'll be an insane run for ADA. ETH is just sitting now at just under 1860 at the moment, guys. Looks like buy pressure's waning a little bit, if I'm honest. We're a little bit bearish on the RSI. Only a little bit, but, you know. We've got quite a bit of buy pressure there. Looks a bit better on the 15-minute, actually. Still, you know, it makes sense that we had this little correction here when you think about it. We got rejected there because we were a bit bearish on the 15-minute as well. Yeah, we got going back to here, really. We've got quite a bit of bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. So I wouldn't be surprised if ETH, because ETH is loving to fake out at the moment. It's loving it. It's absolutely loving faking out. So I wouldn't be surprised if ETH attempts to push a little bit higher. I think we could maybe see a little bit of a correction on ETH, if I'm honest. It just depends what Bitcoin does, really, as well. I think we're going to see some possible push to the upside from Bitcoin, or maybe the attempted rally and then a rejection, and we might trade within this channel maybe. At the moment, it seems to be holding to it, even on the 15 minute. But yeah, I think ETH is it's looking like it's a bit of a fake out again, personally, because ETH absolutely fucking loves trolling at the minute. I have got a little lung in at the minute. It's a tiny lung now, so I'm not even bothered really. What happens with that? It's tiny. I just chucked it on just to have a dabble earlier. I was messing around. I didn't want to put anything too in because anything too much in. It's tiny. ROI is going to be dollars if anything. Just because I didn't trust it again. I was like, you know what? I was doing it for sometimes I never tried on hope or hype, but I was just like, oh, you ain't gonna trick me, because just lately, every time you're about to break out, put down a lung, and then you're like, nope, not doing it. I'm going back down. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to tempt you. I'm going to put a tiny ass lung on, and then you're probably going to run then because the lung's tiny. So yeah, ETH's attempting to go, but like I say, we're looking a little bit bearish on the RSI. So we could see a small rejection there. I think if we do get rejected though, we'll probably just come back down and maybe find some support here, possibly. Depends on how strong the rejection is actually. Or maybe come down and find some support at 1832 and then attempt to go for it again, as long as Bitcoin doesn't shit the bed. But Bitcoin looks like it's attempting to go for the 48k again. It doesn't want to let off on this just yet. It looks like it's trying it again. Whether or not it's going to work, I don't know. We'll see. Do we have like a little broadening freak? No, we don't, do we? I'm trying to see wedges when there's no wedges, if I'm honest, because I kind of just want it to move up a little bit more for the time being. Like I say, get to that 50k mark and then either consolidate or get to 55, 60k and then have the pullback. You'll not believe I have tea. Yes, yeah, Jamie, it's been on an insane run, ADA has, bro. And like I say, I'm super bullish on ADA in the long term. Really am. Can you tell me one coin to make some profit by the time ADA sets its run again? Ooh, a coin to make some profit on right now. We'll have a look in a second. Let's have a look. REQ, what's that? I don't think I know that one, actually. A request. Oh, this is a small market cap, isn't it, this? Let's have a quick look at this. See, like, at this sort of point, you're fine investing in something like this, really, because, you know, we're at a well, we are up 14% today, to be fair, but I've actually seen some. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Okay, I don't really know this. I need to have a look in. What's the fundamentals about with this? What's the deal with this token then? So its all-time high was 7207. It's found its floor, hasn't it? Here, it's kind of just trundled on for a little bit. It had a little bit of a pump. It's fell through its major floor previously, so it's just breaking above this previous resistance, or it's trying to, isn't it? This yeah, man, this could actually be a good buy, really. Here we could see some small a little bit of downturn. It could happen. Still a decent possibility there. This is something that it looks looking kind of bullish at the minute, if I'm honest. It's looking quite good. Let's get the fib out. Let's get the fib out, guys. Let's have a look on the old Fibonacci. Let's have a look on the old fib retracement, shall we? I'd have to keep my eye on that. That's something that I think if we can break through this level here, we might actually see. It looks all right at the minute, actually. Though it does look all right. It looks like it's found its bottom. It's trying to make it's making some higher highs. It's making some higher lows as well. It's just got back above the EMA, which it hasn't been for a while. The last time it was back above the EMA was what? July, August time. So it's the first time it's really broke out above the EMA bands as well for like 6 to 8 months. So that's good. Look, it's looking quite promising actually. Like it could see some upturn. You know, I think if it really breaks through this sort of zone here, you know, next stop would probably be, what sort of percentage gains we're talking there? I think if it breaks through there, next stop could be 150% gains possibly, and then next stop is our local high here. There might be one to have keep a little eye on. That could be a possible, you know, if you're willing to just throw a little bit of something in it. It's quite low risk. It's still got the possibility to have a 50% retraction there. It doesn't look like it's going to be doing that anytime soon. It's a little bit bearish here, though, but I think that's due for a little bit of correction because it's overbought at the moment. But I don't know anything about this. The problem is with these tiny market caps is you can have explosive moves to the upside because obviously a decent chunk of change coming into it can really make it move. But at the same time, these are the sort of coins that can just dump so fast because they've got such a small market cap. So I'd have a look. Has he not got a? Has it only got a? Oh, it's only paired to BTC, so that's pairing against BTC actually. So yeah, it rallied just as Bitcoin started to gain traction, didn't he? I'll have to have a little bit look into that a little bit more, dude. I wouldn't even like to say, really, to be there. I didn't realise we'd only got a pair against BTC. But so far, it looks like it's attempting to make a run. So what did you say you're looking for? A coin you can possibly make some quick profits in. It's hard to say what can make you quick profits because you can look at the charts and see bullish momentum building up and attempts to break out, but to put a time on is a little bit more difficult. You can kind of say, well, I think this coin's going to get to here and guesstimate really, but you know, you can't really say on a daily what you reckon's going to change really, because at the moment alt season started, so you really should be in coins that you're thinking are going to make you profit, because when these start to move, guys, they move fast, and if you don't get in early, you're gonna miss the boat, really, in my opinion. Well, that's just not my opinion. That's just a fact, because coins move so quick. A quick one to really make some quick profit. I wouldn't even like to say, dude, man. You know what I mean? Because like the coins that are really pumping at the minute, I wouldn't say get into them, because the problem is when a coin's pumping, the next thing that can happen, and can happen quick, is it dumps. I could point out some coins that are really low risk, but they might not pump for a while just yet. They might not even pump in this particular point of the alt season. They might go in the next part of the alt season. But for me, gems that I think have still got plenty of room to run, I wouldn't say get into ADA at the moment, because, and I wouldn't suggest what you guys do with your money. I'm not suggesting. Me personally, if I wasn't in ADA, I'd be waiting for a correction to see what happens, or if it consolidates for a couple of days and then starting to look really bullish, I'd probably think about buying ADA, and I'll probably buy more ADA myself. I'm hoping for a bit of a short-term correction personally, because I think that's going to happen with ADA, and I still think it's got plenty of upside. If ADA comes back down to 70 cents, I'm going to be buying a good bunch more personally. DOT, like I say, I think we could easily see $100 DOT this run as well, which we're just short of $30 at the moment, so plenty of space for Polkadot to go on a run. Yeah, man, I wouldn't really like to give you a coin where I think you could make a really quick profits on, dude, because like, don't get me wrong, crypto, I know people say a lot of time, like, you shouldn't be looking for quick profits because that's the way to... And it is a bad way to trade, because it's going to get you in shit, because you're going to be chasing pumps and you're going to be chasing highs. But at the same time, you can make money very fast in crypto, and especially in altcoins. You can make it fast, but you can lose it fast. So maybe if you want to make a quick turnaround... this is not financial advice, but like I said, the low market cap ones, you know, you can have insane... pop-ups out of those, but they can dump fast as fuck. You know what I mean? So personally, if you're looking to actually make some decent money, I'd straight go with ADA, DOT. You know, there's fuck, what's it called? Is it Tezos? But Terra looks like it's got some possibilities, but I think you've missed the boat on them at the minute, to be fair. I think they're ones to wait for some consolidation and then maybe to get back in. And I really don't know much about half of these tiny market cap coins that could have insane potential overnight, but I wouldn't even like to suggest them because, like, big Binance is full of coins that I haven't even got a clue about because I haven't even bothered looking into. I haven't even looked at half of their charts on half of these because there's so freaking many. But yeah, I might actually start looking into some of these altcoins a little bit and learning a little bit about them, actually. Theta feels kind of cool because that's to do with the Theta streaming platform, isn't it? That's up 13% today. It's sitting on 0.4, so just short of 5 cents at the moment on that. A lot of people have been talking about Theta, actually. I reckon it could be a possibility. But, like, I don't really know the fundamentals apart from it being linked to the... Dude, man, that's been on a fucking awesome run, actually. Jesus Christ. That's why people have been talking about it. That's been lovely. Look at that. That's beautiful, that is. That's the sort of shit you want, man. Look at that. That lovely, rounded fucking bottom. Look at that. That's beautiful. Got this little pump, came back down. Pretty much sat along the EMA the whole entire time. Bouncing just off the top of it. And then it's kind of doing the same sort of thing that Dot's doing at the moment. He's having these little miniature pumps coming back down and trundling along the EMA band and then pumping again. I might wait and see if this corrects, actually, and getting this myself, actually, because that's still looking super bullish. But what's the that's 2,800. Yeah, maybe not, actually. I still think there's plenty of potential to the upside with that, though, just looking at the charts. It's just purely going off the charts. We are overbought at the minute, and we do have bearish divergence at the minute as well as being overbought. So a correction is definitely inbound there, if not a good retraction of the price. There's definitely been a reduction in volume as well. We had a good little pump here. Majority of the volume came in prior to it. That's what really set off this move, if I'm honest. So, yeah. Probably missed the boat with that one. Well, definitely looking at that now. But might see a good correction there. Might be a good chance to get back in if we see it coming back down to these sort of areas around here, maybe. That's one I'll probably actually keep my eye on, actually, now, Theta, to be fair. But yeah, if you're looking really to try and get into something to make your money quick, it's hard to say because I think you'd probably trade in the wrong way if you're doing that. Really, you need to look at the best thing you want to be doing. Really, is doing if you're picking a project to get into. Obviously, you want to be looking at the fundamentals. Of course, fundamentals, like Ivan says, fundamentals lead to pumpamentals. But at the same time, you can have great fundamentals without the pumps happening because there's no community, there's lack of awareness of the coin. It doesn't have its ability to get into price discovery because there's just nothing going on with it. Not also that, it could have great fundamentals, but if there's no development going on and take how you've got ADA, for example, there's multiple projects starting on it and it looks like it's going to be one of the most developed networks after Ethereum along with Polkadot. That's what's going to give them that value. They not only have the fundamentals there, the work's happening with them. So yeah, I wouldn't really like to give you a coin to make quick profit on, dude. I'd really just look at the I don't want to say the long run, because when it comes to altcoins, you really want to be making your money as quick as possible, getting out and coming back in after the pumps, after the season's ended, and doing the same thing again. I'm not, like I say, I do really think we'll all with ADA and Dot their long-term investments. I haven't looked at that, actually, dude. At the minute, I've kind of been super focused in a few particular coins, if I'm honest. Is that even on Binance? I think it is it? What is it? Is it CRO? I think I heard MDX talking about that earlier. I don't know CRO, dude, if I'm honest. Hold up a second. Let's have a look on... actually, let's have a look on TradingView, actually. 2 secs. Crypto.com chain. Shall have a look at the book, shall we? Shall have a look at the book. Let's have a look what's going on here. Yeah, man, it's looking quite good actually at the minute. Just looking at the chart. Don't know anything about the acid at all. Looking at the chart though, doesn't look too terrible at all, man. It's at a level of this is against USDT. I was just making sure we were on it against BTC. There, we've hit a level of resistance here, haven't we? If we can pull through this, back test this, confirm this, there's really no there's really no resistance, is that, until these sort of levels possibly. You could see, if this breaks through, you really could see a good 36% pump if you break straight through there. If it goes all the way to the top, you're looking at 100%. But yeah, man, that looks decent to me at the moment. We've come out of this, had a nice round off. We've got ourselves a higher. We had a bit of a double bottom. We've got ourselves a higher low. Sorry, and we're testing this level of resistance. It's been rejected off here previously, the 20th of Jan. But to be fair, really, alt season really hadn't kicked in then. So I wouldn't like to say too much because I don't really know much about but looking at that, it doesn't look too bad at all. Actually, doesn't look too bad at all. That looks quite bullish in my opinion. But it's not on Binance. I need to get onto some other what's it, man? I'm only on Binance, Coinbase, and Bybit. So what's that on? Is he OKX? What is it? The crypto.com chain. Oh fuck it. Oh okay. I'll have to look into that then. Actually, I know crypto.com. I didn't know they got a fucking coin though. I'm just a newbie. I started with Doge, made 60% loss, and made some back. Invested in ADA, made 35% plus extra. Currently holding on to ADA, about $550. I would like to make some profit with that money, since ADA is settling down a bit from past 24 hours. So by the time ADA starts again, I can enter back in with some extra money. I don't know if it makes any sense. So what you're looking to do, you're looking to pull out of ADA and come back in. It's a risky strategy. The problem when you're doing something like that, you might pull out now, you're at a bit of a profit, and then ADA starts booming, and you chase that pump. Sorry. If in my opinion, obviously I'm not telling you what to do, but if I was you, if I'd had a loss on Doge, you've done the right thing, you've gone into an asset that's doing well at the moment. It's having a little bit of a period of simmering down at the moment. It doesn't mean it won't explode out if ADA's been making those insane moves, but I think we really are in a consolidation period at the moment. Never be afraid to take profits. Never be afraid to take profits. You won't go broke on taking profits. I'm not saying take out the entirety, move it into another asset, but there's nothing wrong with slicing a bit of your profits off and either holding on to those profits or taking those little bits of profits you've took off and putting into another asset that looks like it's about to start booming. And then that's how you can really make some serious gains. You go into an asset that's about to perform, and once it looks like it's overperforming and it's starting to settle down underperforming and it's settling down, there's nothing wrong with scalping a bit of profit out of that asset, leaving a good chunk in. If you're expecting it to continue, obviously I'm saying what you're thinking. If you're expecting it to continue, hold on to a good chunk of it in the asset, take a little bit out, stick that into another asset that looks like it's about to moon. Same thing happens, you double your money or whatever, you get an extra 50%, whatever it might be. Scalp some profits. If you think that's about done, take the entirety out, scalp some profits, and then keep using the profits as a way to put into another. That's what I tend to do typically. I'll make a small gain. At the minute, I haven't really been scalping at all, to be fair, which I should have, really. But I've scalped off a couple, but with my ADA at the moment, I'm not. But there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of your profits out of an asset and putting them into another asset that looks like it's about to perform. You don't want to hold to the moon, guys, and hold till you're back in the freaking dirt, basically. Hey, what's going on, Crypto Olaf? Welcome. Because that's how you get wrecked. You don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade, is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Because what can happen? You're doing the right thing there, dude. You've got the right sort of idea, so I'll give you props for that. Because say you're in an asset, yeah, you're booming, and obviously you're all in profit here. You're at this point and you're like, shall I take profit? And then you're like, nah, I'm just going to ride it. That's when you can get wrecked. You know what I mean? Because you might come up to here and then you dump quicker than you can get out, and you get out down here and you're like, fuck, if I'd have took profits there. But that's why you should dollar cost average. There's nothing wrong with buying in as the price goes up on something. You know, you're getting this sort of run, get back in, buying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you also want to be taking profits. If you're on a sort of run like this, you want to be scalping profits here and there, couple of percent here, couple of percent there. Same thing as you come back down, take some profits, wait for confirmation that you are on a downtrend, and then get out. That's typically what I do. Like I say, at the moment, I am being a little bit greedy at the moment. I haven't taken any profits for the last few days, but that's because I'm quite bullish on pretty much all of my assets. But that's not the way to trade. You should definitely take profits, man. Definitely take profits. You'll never go broke taking profits, guys, all right? You might miss out on some extra gains, but don't let FOMO wreck you. That's what happens with a lot of people, especially when they're coming new. Ignore me Doge trade chart. It's messy, but I understand it. You might not see it so much, but yeah. Let's take our super trend off here a second. So, as a simple example, because Doge is bringing in a lot of new people, what people see is once they see this green, they think this is a time to buy. They think, I'll buy. You know what I mean? Which, obviously, if you'd have bought here, you'd have been okay with Doge. If you'd have bought here, you'd have been okay with Doge. But when you're in these sort of situations, you've made 100%, 200%, you're really putting it's very risky to enter a trade like that. I never enter trades like that. If we've gone up over 100%, I don't buy in. I wait for a correction, look at the chart, see if it's looking bullish, see where we are in the run, and then I decide to get in then, you know what I mean? I got in nicely on Doge, and I got out round about here. I've said this story a few times. I wasn't planning to get back in. You know, I know we were getting pumped. We had the Elon tweet. We had another Elon tweet. And I was like, I'm just sitting this one out. It was fun. I made a bit of profit. But then we started to generate this ascending triangle. And I was like, fuck it. I went back in. I took a little bit of the profit, put it back in, and I got out at 8.2. You know, like, so never, like, you don't want to be the dude who's like, buying here, or you're buying down here and you're on a winner. You're loving it. You've doubled, you've tripled your money, and then you're still holding down here. You don't want to be doing that. Obviously, you're still in profit, and you're okay to do that at these points, but that's why you want to take profit. You scalp your profit, you come back down to here, and then at that point, you might have scalped enough profit that you've got back your initial investment. Do you know what I'm saying? Say you put in $100, you triple your money, you've got $300 now. Say you take out $100. The worst comes to the worst, that goes down, you lose everything, you've got your initial investment back. That way, then, you're not going to be in the situation what a lot of people have done with Doge. They bought around the 8 cent mark, had this fat dump. Obviously, then you're really kind of in the situation of, I can get out now and have a big loss and try and get it into an asset and make some money, or I can just attempt and hope to ride it out. And you would have been lucky if you did get in there and you got out round about this time. But like I say, I still think Doge has got some more chance to the upside. I really do. I think we could see 8 cents again. But yeah, it's getting weaker and weaker. You know what I mean? It did come back test this support, but never be afraid to take profit. Don't let greed push you into, you know, if you can take 80% profit, take 80% profit. It's better than hoping for 100% and then end up taking 30% or even losing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because especially with altcoins, guys, crypto is volatile. Altcoins make Bitcoin look like a stable coin. You know what I'm saying? Because they can swing so fast. Do you know what I mean? You could literally buy in, you'd be up 50%, you could go for your fucking dinner, pop out for an hour, come back, and you're in the red. You know what I mean? Like, this is the sort of moves that altcoins can do. That can fucking swing, guys. So always be careful when you're investing in altcoins. Like I say, the crypto market in entirety is volatile, but altcoins are super fucking volatile. So I invested 29, I got 42. Game scene, lots of Arabs of Albert Camus is famous philosopher born in Algeria. Algeria speaks Arabic. Because I thought I figured out why dog was named Camus in that game. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Actually, that does, Jamie. That makes sense. So I can take 5 or 10, but I can't find a coin to invest in. I can find a community or a place to do research. I see nothing with the chart. I'm watching for the last 20, 30 minutes. So what I'd say, instead of just watching the chart, this is coming from somebody who, like I say, I'm still a scrub level trader myself. What I'd say is, there's like, because what I've noticed from a lot of new people, I'm seeing streamers who are doing this, and they'll literally, let's just get a clean trade. Let's just get a clean, let's just open this one up. We're not looking at this at all. Like, I'm not saying this is an asset to playing with. Plus infinity %. What the fuck is that all about? Let's maybe not look at that. Yeah, man, plus infinity %, guys. That makes sense. What the hell? I need to have a look at these. Let's just jump into whatever. Fuck it. Let's just go into that small love potion thing. I think it's got the smallest market cap on the whole exchange, hasn't he? Right. See, like, what a lot of people tend to do, and I've seen streamers doing this, who you can tell who are like new, you know what I mean, who make me look like a fucking veritable fucking Wall Street wolf. What people tend to do is that they just watch the candles. They'll see a green candle, and then they'll be like, oh, all right, time to buy, and they'll see a red candle, and they'll panic into a sell. that you don't want to be trading like that, because you will lose money then. Because remember, guys, 95% of people who trade lose money, and it's because people make emotional and rash decisions. They trade on emotions, and that's the last thing you want to ever do. So what I'd suggest to do, if you're new and you actually want to be serious and you want to actually make some money, you're not just into get on a pump and dump and get out. If you want to make yourself some serious cash in your life and become financially free and make decisions that are going to benefit you massively, is you want to start learning your basics, okay? Obviously, basics come down to learning different types of candles, you know what I mean? How the wicks affect the price, bearish engulfing candles, bullish engulfing candles, things like 3 white soldiers, 3 black soldiers, hammer candles, doji candles, all the different types. There's loads of different types. Patterns in the candles, the sort of patterns, head and shoulders, reverse head and shoulders, W patterns, learning about your, like things, just simple things like higher lows and higher highs, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, there's harmonics and you get a little bit more complicated and go into the harmonic patterns and Gartley patterns, all that sort of stuff. And then there's the macro stuff. But learn the sort of basic things regarding the candles. Just Google bearish and bullish candles on Google, and there'll be loads of information, and you can look at pictures and be like, oh, okay, I get what's going on there. And then you want to learn about indicators, okay? So you want to learn about some good indicators, and indicators work differently for everybody. Everybody's got their own. I can't be asked scrolling that. So I like to use the RSI and the MACD. A lot of people don't like to use them together because the RSI and the MACD kind of sort of do the same sort of thing in a way, but kind of do it a little bit differently, if that makes sense. And for me, I do like to use them because sometimes I do see things that I necessarily wouldn't. Because the RSI is great in ranges personally, but it's not great in bullish moves, like parabolic moves. It really isn't very good at detecting them. The RSI might be saying, yeah, it's bearish, and then you have a fucking insane uptrend. It's really not great for those sort of things. But you've got other indicators as well, EMAs. I like to use these EMA bands as well. This is just exponential moving averages. I use 7 of them from 25 weeks through to 45 weeks, 55 weeks, sorry, or 50 weeks. Yeah, it is. I'm running to 50 weeks, yeah, 55 weeks, sorry. I run 7 of them. I have started using the super trend as well now, which is kind of a cool little indicator. Not obviously, this is a terrible chart to be using because like we've got no information here, but it really doesn't give good buy. It gives crap sell signals, if I'm honest. Actually, I wouldn't use this to sell, but it's decent for buys on trends, not on range movements. Say you're in a bit of a range movement with a particular asset, it's kind of doing this sort of thing. That super trend is kind of crap for that. But if an asset's kind of doing this and it's in these sort of moves, it will give you quite good buy signals, in my opinion, on ranges. And that's the sort of buy signals you want, really. Obviously, if you're doing scalp trades and you're trading on small time frames, you can trade ranges, you know what I mean? You can long, short, you know what I mean? It's super dangerous to do that sort of stuff, though, in my opinion. I think you need to be really quite a good trader to be playing those moves. But it's great for those ranges, you know, you're in this sort of range and you get this sort of move, you get a buy signal, and then you carry on up. Like, it's great for those sort of things. So find indicators that work for you as well. These are just like little basic things, you know what I mean? Google how to use the RSI, you know, simple things like once you're over this line, it's showing you're overbought, you're at this line, showing you're oversold, little simple things like that. Get yourself some good indicators that you like to use. Learn how to use your moving averages. Learn your volume, sort of things like that. That will help you so much. Because I think what a lot of new people do is they're hoping that somebody's going to be there to hold the hand. And this is why people sell packages and stuff for trading. But you don't want to get yourself into that. But you want, it's like, it's the old saying. What's the old saying now? What is it? You can give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day, but teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for his life. That's basically that's the thing you want to be looking at when it comes to trading, in my opinion. You know, you can have somebody tell you, buy there and sell it there. And, you know, it'll work. It might work for you. You might make some money. But that person might not be around forever, or they might never be around again. And you're going to want to continue to make money. So definitely start to learn the basics. There's a lot to learn. Like I say, I'm a scrub. I'm a degen trader. But I have had my head in the books constantly for a while now. And I'm learning. You know what I mean? And I'm learning to the point where it's actually giving me good returns as well. So that's one thing I'd always suggest, guys. Learn the basics. Learn simple things like indicators. Find out what works for you. Get a trading strategy as well. Don't just buy blindly, oh, I'll buy now and I'll sell now. look at what you want to do. What's the type of way you want to trade? Are you looking to trade long term? Are you just looking to make quick profits? Are you just, more of a day trader? Are you looking to hodl? Are you looking to buy something and come back in a few years' time and then reap the massive rewards? It all depends on what you're looking for as well, and how you want to trade, really. There's no one size fits all when it comes to trading. There's people who are making millions, and then there's another dude who's making millions, and they trade totally differently. It depends on how you want to trade, really, and what works for you as well. Only trade when I'm guaranteed, right, dude? Right? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? What's your percent? What's your P&L, bro? Infinity. I invested a penny, bro, and now I'm the richest man on the planet. Elon Musk, who? Elon Musk, he had to build fucking Tesla and SpaceX, bro. I put a penny and I got infinity back. Are you mad? I'm sending a clip of me screaming. Where to? Ethan Dunn. What are you screaming about? I was just looking at Theta, dude. Theta, I think, have I still got it open? It's Theta Fuel, yeah. I think I've still got it open. I was just looking at Theta, and I was saying it was looking, if I'm remembering right, quite... It's fucked me over, ain't it? So are you talking Theta straight here or Theta Fuel? Let's have a look at Theta, because the Theta Fuel, which is the gas stuff, isn't it? It was looking quite nice. But let's have a look at actually Theta here. That's they're linked to the live streaming service yet. Theta streaming. Well, that's been on a bit of a run. Might have missed the boat on that one. What gains are you talking about there? 3,257%. Yeah, I'd say it's probably safe to say you've missed the boat on that if you're not in it. Is a potential for upside. I wouldn't argue against it. I wouldn't want to be invested in this at the moment because that's a big boy. It's a big boy. Let's have a look on the hourly. It looks like what on the daily there. Let's have a look a second. Let's have a look at the RSI. Not too bad, not too overbought though. If I'm honest, we do have a massive bearish divergence. So serious bearish divergence there. It did have this sort of correction here, so it might be kind of nullifying that at the minute. But that's quite a bit of bearish divergence, if you ask me. Looks like buyer pressure's waning off a little bit as well. We're in this sort of. We've had a massive parabolic move. I think we're probably going to see some downside from Theta looking at actually, to be fair. But I wouldn't like to bet that, if I'm honest. Let's have a look on the hourly, what we're looking at on the hourly. Actually, on the hourly, it doesn't... It's consolidating at the moment. It still looks like it's generating an ascending triangle pattern, though, doesn't it? So, if he could break through there and continue to the upside, I wouldn't want to be investing in that at the moment. What I'd probably wait for this, I'd probably wait for a decent correction, and then that's something that I'd maybe look at, because it's been on a fucking run, man. But after this particular run in, it did consolidate sideways for a while, so there's nothing saying it won't do that, because we are truly in alt season now, guys. I wouldn't like to say even coins that are pumped to be like, yeah, it's done. That's done, man. You know what I mean? But to me, this looked quite good, man. We could see some more upside, if I'm honest. But like I say, I wouldn't be a betting man on that. But it's had a fucking hella run, dude. If you got in on that early, man, GG's, man. Get them tendies. 3,500 fucking % gain. That's sweet. Yeah, we was looking at Theta Fuel, wasn't we, earlier, actually? So yeah, ignore that, what we was looking at earlier. But still, though, on the Theta Fuel chart was looking bullish. It really was. But yeah, that's kind of like the VThor tokens, isn't it? It's basically I'm guessing this is the gas V token, yeah, for Theta. Yeah, man, Theta's been pumped. Yeah. Fuck you, ring light. Rosie! Is only for a few euros, no gains. Rosie, will you do me a favour? Will you pop downstairs? Sorry. Will you pop downstairs, babe? Get me some more double-sided tape. You're getting a lot of face right here, guys. My ring light doesn't want to fucking... Because I've had to stick it to the wall because the tripod's too small. It doesn't want to stay on the wall. Yeah. It's because I banged on the desk, man. It was just like, yo, I'm yeeting off the wall, bro. Man, everything's broke for me at the minute. My fucking light's falling off the wall. My missus broke me chair. I loves it, man. I broke me fucking chair. I ordered a new chair, right? I ordered a new one of these. I was like, you know what? I'll try and fix the base, and my missus can have this chair. And then they fucking sent the wrong chair. Oh, pissed me off, man. Pissed me off. Can I speak about signals? Signals? Is this, am I missing something here? Are you talking about signals as in, are we talking buy and sell signals here, or is this an actual, token here or something? I don't know anything about that, dude, if I'm honest. You're cold. I'm cold. I said put the freaking radiator on, man. I'll just turn it off when I come to bed. Because I freaking hate the bedroom being warm when I come to sleep, man. I like a nice, cool bed to get into. Crypto Stacked, thank you for the love over on Twitter. Jamie, thank you for the love over on Twitter as well. Appreciate it, guys. Let's have a look on TradingView, shall we? What is he? SNGLS. I don't know this one. Singular TV. Singular TV. What the fuck is this? What the fuck's this, dude? Why am I caps locked? And why can't I type, bro? Jesus Christ. I don't know why I even bothered deleting that, really. Whatever. What is it? SGNLS. Is it not even picking up on CoinGecko? It should be if it's on fucking, what's it? Singular TV. Singularity? Singular DTV. Singular. I was reading that Singular. I was like, that's a weird name. Singular DTV. There's really no information about him, man, is there? He's laying a foundation for a decentralized entertainment industry. Okay. September 2019, Singular invented the first censorship-resistant media DAO, Singles DAO, avoid non-profit governance layer for the singles media distribution protocol established by Singular DTV as an independent, objective organisation to guide the development of the protocol. The prime directive of Singles DAO is to uphold the tenets of decentralisation and build a truly decentralised community-owned, self-adaptive media distribution protocol. So what are they trying to build, like a social media platform on top of this, are they? Is there like a platform or something that they already have for this? Medium.com. They got it. It's a cool idea. Like, 'cause I think that's kind of what we need, really, in the future. We do need, like, decentralized social media or some, like a decentralized YouTube kind of platform. But I've never even heard of this, dude. So this is against the US dollar. Okay, so it's been on a downtrend for a while. It looks like it's It looks like it's in a good place at the minute, dude, actually. It looks like it's been consolidating for quite some time and gathering steam. So it does look like, I think if it can break through this 0.22 level, I think it could see some serious trends to the upside, if I'm honest. I'd never even heard of this. It sounds interesting as well. Quite like the idea of what they've got going behind it. I don't know how they're going to make it happen, but that's quite a cool little idea, if I'm honest. Because we need that, really, don't we? You know, like, don't get me wrong, some people deserve to be knocked off Twitter and stuff, but like, we've seen a lot of people who just maybe have the views that don't necessarily fit with, you know, the monolithic ideas that social media are trying to propose nowadays. And I think we kind of need something like that in the social media space, really, to be fair. I need to have a little look into this. I've never even heard of it, but I like the idea of a decentralized like social media video distribution platform or something like that. That'd be kind of cool, man. And in Steam, it trying to be something like that. Is it Steam It? Is it? I think it's called. And what is Theta trying to be like that? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's in what looks like a possible breakout. It could get rejected down here again. It's had this. We've had this double bottom here. We've had this continuation down. Looks like it's been trying to consolidate here. We've rounded off. We've had this double bottom here. We've had a low and another low here. And now we're in this pump. Could possibly see a decent breakout there. I need to look into that a little bit more. I don't even know where you buy that shit. What fucking wait, it's on Binance. It's not Binance, is it? Singular. Well, maybe it is. Oh fuck, it is. Look, there you go. I did not see that on Binance, man. Is it only to BTC? Does it not have a? It's only paired with BTC. It's had 0% change in 24 hours. That's obviously bullshit. What's going on with the chart here? Okay. That's a funky ass chart, man. Looking at it though, on a what's it? It looks, it's bottomed out, man. It's rallied off this, like say that little double bottom that it had, and it's trying to push up. It's got a lot of strong resistance here to break through. It's failed to break it every single time. Last time it had these sort of price movements was in the bull run of 2017, 2018. So it went insane last bull run. So, there's no reason why, other than just looking at the chart, like I said, I don't really know much about it, that we couldn't see a breakthrough here and see a nice, good pump to the upside. I don't think we're going to see anything like previous runs, but you don't know. Yeah, man. Like, that looks decent to me, to be fair. Looks decent. Don't know enough about the project, though, so I wouldn't like to say beyond that. But I like the idea of a decentralized, platform. That's kind of cool, man. Yo, Michael, what's going on, dude? Am I in Reef? No, I'm not in Reef. No. I know, right? Yeah, dude. I'd look straight past it, bro. I'm blind, man. I'm blind. Let's have a look at Reef, shall we? Yeah, let's have a look on Trading View, shall we? Let's get the caps off, man. I'll put the cap straight back on. Dude. Oh, did it just all caps? What? It does, doesn't he? It's got me fucking fucked up now. Yeah, caps off. Fucking trolling me. Trading View. Let's have a look. I really don't use Trading View that much, to be fair. I only use it when I can't. When I need a particular indicator. Or there's someone I can't find on Binance. So, what's this? Reef to US. Let's have a look on the early. Daily look nice, to be fair. Yeah, this is another one that looks like it's been accumulating for a while. Really starting to get a bit of an uptrend now, isn't he? It's had an attempted pump there. It looks like it's come back down. It's consolidating a little bit. It's trying for another run. It could be trying to build a bit of an ugly cup and handle here. Could attempt to do that. If you see it come up to this neckline, guys, if it does come up and gets a little bit of a rejection and then attempts to rally back above it, I'd keep my eye on it then, because you could see a bit of a cup and handle forming and a bit of a pump there. But looking at that, man, it looks like it's primed to make some serious moves. Actually, this has been over a short period of time, actually. So, yeah, I don't know, actually. Let's have a look on let's have a look on the 4 hours. Is this all the information we got for this? Yeah, man, if that does build a cup and handle, that'll be bullish as fuck. I'm not in Reef, though. Let's have a look at this Phantom, yeah? And Tony says we're going down to 1K. But Nova Grazie, we are battle made out. Battle made out. Nova Grazie's bullish. Phantom's had a nice run, hasn't he? Had a real fucking attempt at a rally here. Had a total blow off. Came back down. Had a little bit of a consolidation. It looks like it is making higher highs and higher lows there on the daily. Let's have a look on the hourly. Ended at 33. So like for me at the minute, my main hodls are ETH, Bitcoin, of course. I'm probably just going to hold on to the entire of my Bitcoin. I'm probably not even going to scalp it. Even obviously we're coming down, I'm going to be losing money, but I'm not even worried about that. My aim with Bitcoin is not to sell any of it. It's just to get more Bitcoin, basically. I just want more Bitcoin. That's the plan. Yeah, man, just under 20 cents at the minute, guys. 18 cents. It's looking good, man. It's had a nice run. It's had a little bit of a consolidation period here. Still getting higher highs. Is this on Binance? This? Yeah. Quite small market cap as well, so potential big moves. Like I say, always be careful on the small market caps, guys. You can have massive increases because obviously it's a lot easier to double 100 mil or half a bill to a bill than it is to move. What the fuck is going on with my chart? Let's have a look. Shall we, Shadrach? Let's have a look. You might win a 20 to 24 to 25 cents in a few days. It's very wavy, isn't it? It's trading quite sideways at the moment. He's been incredibly wavy there. Jesus, man, it really does have some swings, this does, doesn't it? Look at all those wicks, man. That is wavy as fuck. Jesus Christ, that's sending my eyes funny. RSI is not looking spectacular at the moment. It looks like it's attempting to have a bullish crossover on the MACD, though. Looking at the RSI, I wouldn't expect any upward movement just yet. It looks like it's really trading sideways at the moment. I'm totally agnostic on that one, if I'm honest, man. I wouldn't be surprised if you had a little bit of a come down or update. It's so hard with this. It's such a wavy fucking asset. It's kind of hard to see where it's going next. You know what I mean? Like you could say, yeah, we're going up now, then down, and then you say, all right, maybe we're going down a bit, no, back up. That's a very wavy asset. I wouldn't even like to call it on that, man. But yeah, could easily see the prices you're talking about, dude, and could see lower. It has had a continual trend towards the upside, though, even though it's incredibly fucking wavy. We are on the minute there, man. Fucking hell, that's why we're wavy. I just clocked that. I thought we were on the hour then. Ignore me. Yeah, that looks a lot better now. I was like, dude, this is wavy as fuck. Yeah, we're on the minute, bro. You fucking idiot. That's why he's looking wavy, geese. Okay, I take it back. All right, let's have a look at this then. I take it back. Okay, that's had a good run, hasn't he? It's had a good run. So yeah, it's sitting at 19. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit more bullish on it now. Yo, fucking hell. There is bearish divergence there though, guys. There is some bearish divergence, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little bit of a correction and come back down a little bit. What's some major levels of support here? It is still quite wavy, so there's plenty. I could see a little bit of a price correction coming though, if I'm honest. Let's go off the let's try the fib, man. Let's go off the wick to the dip. Yeah, man, it's respecting the fib. Actually. It's trading within the fib range, actually, at the moment. If it can break through this $19.8, $20, I think you're right, dude. You could easily see a Could easily see a nice little, what's it there, 24 to 25 cents. It's totally possible. Looking at it now. It makes a lot more sense now. I was like, dude, this is sending me fucking drunk, bro. What the fuck is this? I feel like I'm on a rowing boat in the middle of the North Sea, yeah. But yeah, man, that looks a lot better now, actually. So yeah, like I say, it's actually rejected off the 618 fib line, hasn't he? Came back down and found a little bit of support at the 5 on the fib. So yeah, man, looks like it's still building a bit of a what's it as well on the hour. You know, you could argue it's in an ascending triangle, or even maybe a not exactly symmetrical. Yeah, man. Yo, I think that's more than likely it's going to break to the upside. We've got a bit of bearish divergence here. So, like I say, we could see a bit of a correction, come back down, maybe bounce off the EMA. It does seem like it's on this push. It's been coming back down and just touching the EMA and then just popping off it on the hourly. So yeah, dude, I think that's looking like that might see a little bit of upside. Might see a little short-term correction though before it breaks out above this 20 mark. Might see it coming back down to the $17 mark, maybe just under $18 mark. And then I think you'll probably see a continuation to the upside. I'd say that's your mark you want to break now. I think if you break through that $20 mark, you're going to see some good prices, because then you've got your close at 26, haven't you? And then all the way up to obviously your 26 high there on the wick. I don't think we have much information on Binance here. Do we know July's a further? So I don't know if this is an all-time high or what. I'm gonna just assume it is at the moment, just because we haven't got much more information. So yeah, man, actually looking a lot better, dude. If I'm honest, daily looks decent as well. You know, it's not too it's not pulled away from the EMA too much. A little bit overbought, which would coincide, like I say, with that little bit of bearish divergence that we've got on the hourly and the 4 hourly. So, like I say, it would make sense that if it did come back down to around about just under $18 in the short term, and then we see continuation to the upside. If you're already in that, dude, and you're up a little bit, man, you know, I wouldn't even sweat it at the minute and see what happens. But yeah, it doesn't look too terrible at all. Might see a short-term correction, but I think we're probably going to see more continuation on the upside on that, to be fair. So yeah, I didn't realise I was looking at the 1 minute there, man. I was like, holy shit, what's this dude showing me here, man? I don't even know what to make of this. It's so fucking wavy. What do I do? But yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all, actually. Looks like it's in a little bit of a consolidation period at the moment. It's going to probably try and turn to the upside or the downside here. If somebody had to put a gun to my head, I'd probably say we're going to see a little bit of a dip, come back down, maybe test the fib line again, and then really try and bounce off and go for it. But, you know, could it just as easily go the other way as well? RSI is not always the best indicator, but, you know, like I say, it's overbought on the daily and it's showing some bearish divergence, so it would make sense if there was a little bit of a short-term correction there, but nothing to worry about, in my opinion. I could see that continuing to the upside, really. But like I say, don't take my advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a fucking degen, so, you know, don't listen to me. Let's have a little look at ADA again. What's ADA doing? Still sitting, 92 cents we're still sitting at? Yeah, it just seems like ADA just wants to kind of trade sideways at the moment. Which I guess kind of makes sense, because Ethereum is kind of trying to pump. It's pretty much back down on my buy now. I'm actually in the negative on my buy now, but like I said, it was such a small freaking buy that I don't even give a fuck, man. And I've only got it like $25 in my futures at the minute. So, you know, I don't even mind letting that run, because I think we're going to see continuation to the upside. We'll need to go back down to like $1,300 for that to get liquidated. And I've got plenty of room on the margin, but the maintenance margin, so I'm probably just going to leave that to run. I would never suggest leaving stuff to run without a stop loss, guys, but such a little margin that whatever. I don't want to get liquidated, but, you know, I'm just going to leave that to run, really. I'd rather risk it and then put a stop loss in and it dip down quickly and get out at a couple of dollars loss. And, you know, it's a couple of dollars. You don't mind, but it's a small fucking trade. See what happens. I'm just going to leave that one to the gods, man. But yeah, like I say, it seems like fucking Eve just keeps loving to do these fake outs at the minute, man. It really just loves to do these fake outs. Like, just lately, it's every time it's about to break out, it's like, hey, we're gonna break out, guys. We're breaking out, guys. No, we're not. We're coming back down, baby. We're gonna range trade for a little bit. I must admit, I've been a little bit disappointed with the ETH of late, but like I say, hopefully that means we're gonna see some serious moves from ETH very soon. Just because it outperformed Bitcoin by miles. Last year, and it's really, but no, I guess that makes sense a little bit. It did have insane moves, and then it's slowed down a little bit, hasn't it? This fucking chart is messy as shit. I really need to start cleaning my charts up, because it really does help sometimes just to clear your charts out, because you can see stuff that you couldn't necessarily see. But you see what I'm saying about this super trend? Don't use it for, like when you're in these sort of marks, I wouldn't use it for range trading, because it's shit, really. Like it's giving you a sell order here, and then, you're back above where you sold out again. So it's got shit sell signals, actually, but it's got quite decent buy signals when you're going into trends. You know what I mean? Great buy signal. If you could have held that, it took you all the way up there. Nice gain. You know what I mean? Decent little buy signal here again. Another good little buy signal. Another decent little buy signal. But like I say, it really just doesn't do very well at trading in the ranges, and it gives shit sell signals. So yeah, it's just one to be careful of. I just kind of use it alongside other indicators, just give me an idea of, like, is it worth to go into a long? But like I say, ETH fucking trolled the shit out of me. That's why I went with a small one anyway, because I was looking, I was like, I don't trust ETH at the minute. That's why I just went with a super tiny trade, almost as a way to tempt fate. Because I was like, if I put a trade in here, ETH's going to do the opposite of what I put in. So let's fucking tempt it with a tiny trade, thinking that if I just put a tiny trade in, it's going to go exactly the way I wanted it to do. Because it's going to be like, you was going to get good profit if you'd ever actually put a trade in, bro. Not with that peck a little trade you in. So it's just kind of what's it, minus 0.3% on that at the minute. But it's that small of a margin, it don't fucking matter. But yeah, ETH's kind of just fucking around at the minute. It's like, dude, either shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? Make your fucking mind up. Like I say, Bitcoin is... Let's clear this up a little bit, man. Jesus Christ. A super trend really just block things up a little bit, doesn't he? I think we have... Yeah, we're getting a little bit. Just a little bit. Little bit of bearish divergence, but this could have possibly reset. I was still a little bit bearish there. Might see a little bit more of a come down on Bitcoin, maybe down to 47k possibly. If it come down to about 47,350, we might see a little bit of a bounce off the EMA possibly. And then another attempt at 48k, but it doesn't seem to want to break 48k at the moment. Got a strong rejection here. Tempted to come back up. Rejected again. Tempted to break out, total fake out, rejected again. It looks like it's getting rejected again. So the more it hits it, though, guys, it's knocking on the door. Do you know what I'm saying? So the more it hits it, the more likely it is to break through. It doesn't look like this is any sort of severe rejection, so I think it's probably going to attempt it again. It could possibly break through on the next go. I think if it does, we'll probably see 50k. If this does it overnight, well, depending though, overnight is where we see lower volume, doesn't it? So maybe it'll try again in the morning over the next coming hours. Maybe have a little bit of a dip down to, like, say, 47 sort of area, and then throughout the early hours of the morning, maybe attempt to rally for 48k again. You got to remember it's the weekend as well, which weekends are a little bit 50-50, and sometimes they're just super dead. Nobody's really trading that much. A lot of people tend to take profits at the weekend, so we see little dips, and then some weekends we see fucking manic moves. So yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to pull back a little bit, and it's going to attempt to go for 48k again. And then I think if it rejects that time, I think it might have a decent rejection, and we might see a little bit of a slump, maybe back down to the 44k mark, maybe, and then see where we go from there. Which obviously, if Bitcoin does decide to do that, we'll obviously probably see Ethereum pull back, and we'll probably see a good bunch of the altcoins pull back to some degree. Really, what we want, if you want alts now to pump, what you're probably hoping for, or what you should be hoping for, really, is Bitcoin to just trade sideways. Not in a negative state, just trade sideways. If we could get to 40k, just break 40k. If Bitcoin sat around 50k and just traded sideways for a couple of days, or maybe even just consolidated over a month or something, like we got this previous consolidation, maybe not such a strong pullback, but just got a little bit of consolidation for about a month would be nice. You'd see altcoins will just fucking fly, guys. Because obviously they get pulled up as Bitcoin goes up, but as Bitcoin goes parabolic, the money's going into Bitcoin, so by logic, people are pulling money from alts. Typically, they get suppressed. Bitcoin flies. Bitcoin settles. alts come back up because people start scalping that profit and putting it into alts who are sensible, because you may as well take your profit and make more profit with your profit. You know what I mean? Don't be worried about ever taking profits. You know, take profits if you need to take profits and put and use it. But if you've invested money that's free, or not free, but, you know, extra cash, there's nothing wrong with taking a bit of profit, investing it into another asset, taking that profit and making more profit. You know what I mean? And then, you know, if you're using profit constantly, then it doesn't hurt so much when it doesn't necessarily go your way. So like that, you know, that's typically what happens. So yeah, I think Bitcoin's... apart from, unless we get a super hard rejection, which could be possibly happening next time, if we kind of just, like, you know, attempt to break through 48k, maybe find a little bit of back support, not rally too hard, and just kind of go for 50k and trade around the 50k, between 50k to 48k for a couple of days, you know, and have a little bit of a range trade round here sort of thing, and then maybe break out. But the thing is, I think if we do hit 50k, I think there will be a lot of resistance there, because I think there'll be a lot of people setting sell orders at 50k, because it's a round number. You got to think we're humans as well. We like to think simplistically. When it comes to taking profit or making profit, people like to round things up just to make things a little bit easier. It's easy to work out percentages off 50k and 100k than it is off 37.5k and 42 point and 48 point whatever k. And plus, it's also a psychological area, because if we hit 50k, a lot of people are going to get drawn in as well, because I know it's weird, but it's the reason why when you go to a shop and something's $9.99 or $99.99, because $99.99 just seems a lot less than 100, even though it's a penny. But when you look at it, you know, there's a psychological thing that draws people towards that sort of thing. So I think when we do it, this 50k, if we break through it, I think you'll probably see like people kind of drawn to Bitcoin like gnats to a flame, or moths to a flame, should I say? Because if it just been such a solid round number, I think it was the same sort of effect when we hit 20k. Not only because we was in price discovery then, but I think, you know, it's one of them numbers. You look at 20k and it's like, okay, I can work out easy percentiles now. I know when we hit 40k, we're double. You know what I mean? Like when you're at these, I do genuinely think that, like, you know, obviously trading is a technical thing, learning fundamentals, all that sort of stuff, learning what you're working with, learning the market, learning indicators, learning all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, you've got to look at the psychological aspect as well. Apart from when there's bots trading, because people do have trading bots, it's humans buying and selling commodities and assets. And, you know, you got to think how people work. You know what I'm saying? This is like I says, when it came to the Doge situation, people keep saying, it gets to these sort of areas, people are like, what are you fucking selling for, man? What are you fucking selling for? Why? You know, it hit 70 odd cents and you're fucking selling. It's because what you got to take into account, there's probably people who bought at 8 cents. So when it gets to 7 cents, there's a lot of people who probably think, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to take that little bit of a loss now. I'd rather take a loss at 7 cents than a loss at 5 or 4 cents. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's also the people who've been holding for a little bit and have also seen this stagnation and like, yeah, we don't look like we're going up, so I'm selling. You know, it's not just entirely about the markets. You know, there's human beings on the end of a lot of the trading. Like I said, there is bots trading as well. But at the end of the day, the majority of it is human beings clicking buttons, and you know, it's you can always kind of attempt to get in the headspace. What would you be doing if you was in their place? You know, if you'd have bought at this point and you were still holding, what would you do? You know what I mean? And then, you know, you try and extrapolate that to other people. In my opinion, anyway, I do think psychologically, fuck it out. That is a thing that you know. I think it's worth looking at. In my opinion, I really do. But like I say, don't listen to me, guys. I'm a fucking degenerate trader who knows fuck all. Actually, do you know what? I think there's lots of people getting paid to talk about stuff that I've seen so many people who I think they can do what Elon Musk did. Summer Rae is now talking about Litecoin. I saw what's her fucking name? Lindsay Lohan was shilling Tron, which is like fuck Justin's son. She obviously fucking got paid to tweet that out. Like, what the fuck is Lindsay Lohan just randomly tweeting about Tron and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that these famous people ain't probably like fucking about. If I was a millionaire and I had free time, you're damn right I'd be fucking about with trading. I ain't a millionaire and I'll still do me. But yeah, man, there's definitely a lot of shilling going on at the minute. But I like Litecoin. I have Litecoin, and Litecoin is a lovely. and has been doing very nice. Got in at Litecoin when it was around $45, I think he was. I think we're sitting at just short of $200 now. Last time, I think we peaked at 195, didn't we? I think what 100. Okay, I see you, Litecoin. I see you, baby. Up 5% today. Okay, all right, okay. Maybe she's just tweeting about it because she's seen it. I don't know. But like asking who knows about Litecoin. Who the fuck don't know about Litecoin, man? You know what I mean? It was a fork of Bitcoin. And I think Doge is a fork of this year as well. Ben Phillips been tweeting about Dogecoin. Yeah, I was fucking seen him tweeting about it, man. Yeah, man, Litecoin's looking tasty. Absolutely bloody lovely. It's had a breakout of an ascending triangle there. It looks like it's having a little bit of trouble pushing up any higher, though, at the moment. But like I said, I think that's down to, obviously, Litecoin is always going to follow what Bitcoin's doing. You know what I mean? If Bitcoin starts to rally a little bit now, Litecoin will follow it. If Bitcoin stagnates and pulls back, Litecoin will do the same. It is really paired to Bitcoin in the way it moves, actually, to be fair. We could see a little bit of a decoupling within the alt season when it really starts going, especially if Bitcoin just, like I say, cools down and just rolls and trades sideways for a bit. Like, it would give Litecoin a little bit of a what's it, but like I say, it's really, really does follow. It is the lost little puppy, Litecoin is, when it comes to Bitcoin. I know that the whole market's tied to Bitcoin, but, you know, it really does follow it. And I've let my cup of tea go cold. What a bastard. That sucks. I ain't drinking that because it's fucking cold. Eve just fucking around. Like I said, I knew he. It was like I said, I shouldn't have put the trade on anyway, but that's why I put such an insignificant amount. I don't even care what happens. I'm not putting a stop loss because it's not going down to my liquidation target. I can cover my maintenance margin. I'm just gonna let it roll, man, and see what happens. I think we're going to see continuation to the upside, but you know, whatever. That was just like I was kind of tempting fate because I was like, you know what, I'm going to put a lung in. And you're going to do something, Heath. You're going to do something. I'm going to put a tiny one in so you mock me and move. Because if I'd have put a decent lung in, you'd have fucking dumped. Or you wouldn't have dumped. You'd have pulled back because you love faking the fuck out just lately, Heath. So I put that in as almost a middle finger to Heath to say move. And he did, and then he went below my target. So yeah. All right, we'll wait and see what happens there. Eve's kind of just fucking hanging at the minute. It's like broke that all-time high, but he really just doesn't want to pump. Like I say, I'm a little bit disappointed with how Eve is performing at the minute. You'd think when we're breaking these all-time highs, man, we're like, you know, we're pushing for 1900 now, and the next stop 2K, but he just doesn't want to do it. It really just doesn't want to do it. This is what I say. It's making me start to contemplate that move that I was talking about is maybe coming a little bit sooner than I thought. This second correction, like I say, we're kind of here right now. I think this is what we've got coming next. I think this is where we are in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? I think possibly we could see, like I say, Bitcoin going up to 55, 60K, having a decent correction, and then going on a run for 100K. Just looking at previous, like I say, I know some people say this is more like the 2013 run, but I think looking at the trends, personally, I think it's still a little bit more like the 2017 run. And I think if we do have this correction, maybe come back down to anywhere between 45 to 38K. I know it sounds a little bit like, oof, but we've got to remember, guys, just before Christmas, 38K was like, yes, please. You know what I'm saying? And I know we don't want to come down too hard and too fast because we could shock the market a little bit. But I do think we're going to see a bit of a correction. And then I think we're going to power out of that after maybe a couple of weeks of consolidation. Maybe we're going to see a bit of a dip, come back down, consolidate, come back down, like I say, to around about that 45K mark, maybe 40K, maybe even down to 38. I'd rather it stick around 45K personally, just to not spook the rest of the market too much. And then I think we're going to see a real push to that 100K. I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's more healthy for us as well, because I do think it would be better for the alt season as well, man. In my opinion, if Bitcoin does just like, you know, just simmer for a little bit, and maybe hopefully Ethereum could just have a little bit of a run. You know what I mean? I know there was a lot of people saying that they was hoping it was going to be at 2.5K by Valentine's Day. It's not going to do that in 2 days. It can. ETH can move. It can move, but I don't think it's going to do that in 2 days. We're talking what? To get to 2.5 by Valentine's Day, what we're talking? You know, we're talking a 35%, which is totally possible, but not the way it's moving at the moment. Like I say, if you look on the RSI as well, it's not the best indicators when we are on these like kind of breakout moves sometimes, but it seems like it's kind of holding now. Tiny little bit of bearish divergence there on the hourly. Yeah, a bit of bearish divergence on the 4-hourly as well, and quite a bit on the daily as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, like I say, if ETH pulls back a little bit there. You know, buying pressure's kind of teetered off as well. Still, he's kind of respecting the fib fan almost, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? It is when he's making these moves, he does seem to try and trade along the fan line for a little bit. So like I say, looking at this, like look at that man, fucking literally to the dollar almost, yeah. You know what I mean? It really is respecting that fib fan line. So yeah, I think short term we're probably going to come back down below this previous high, maybe come back down and bounce off this trend line again at like 1760, and then try the breakout again. Because like ETH keeps doing that at the moment. It keeps making these new highs, having a bit of a breakout, totally faking out, coming back below the all-time high, and then going for the all-time high again, breaking out, and then fucking faking out. He just loves to do it at the minute. Look here, we did it. We had this high here, struggled for a little bit, broke it, totally faked out, come back down, broke it again, fucking started to push, faked out, came back down a little bit, but this time we really did break through, faked out again. Then we went again for the high again, broke out, totally faked out again, consolidated a little bit, went for it, failed, breaks through again the wick here, kind of pulls back down, attempting to find some sort of support, which it did, really. So, you know, it might like try and find this as a level of support, maybe around about the 18-20 mark, if it does retract a little bit. Because like I said, the hourly doesn't look as bad as the daily. The daily looks a little bit rough though, but if the hourly, if we get some decent strength coming through, it could wipe out that daily divergence. So, but there is definitely a little bit of divergence there across the hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. It's just strongest on the daily. So that to me shows maybe we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the buying power is waning a little bit as well, to be fair, guys. So yeah, I think ETH is just having a little bit of a, I don't know. It's ETH and Bitcoin are really just like kind of consolidating at the minute. Like I say, which I think that does mean that I think it's going to play out. Like I said, I think we're going to see this run to between 55 and 60k after this a bit of consolidation. I think if that happens, we'll probably see ETH break 2k, and if we do break 2k, I think we will push to that 2.5k. I don't think we're going to do it in the next couple of days, if I'm honest. I think Bitcoin's going to attempt a couple more rallies, fail, and then consolidate a little bit more, and then I think maybe by the end of the month, Bitcoin's going to really try and go for that 60k. And then I think sometime next month, I think that's when we're going to see that correction come back down, and then I think that's when we'll be attempting to go for the 100k, in my opinion. Some people are saying a lot higher than that. I'm a little bit more conservative on my estimates, personally, and just by the fact of diminishing returns, you know what I'm saying? And we're not going to have such insane percentile gains that we've been having. It can't continue exponentially, just grow. It's going to, and our supply and demand shock is going to be a thing, and we can have these crazy peaks, but I do think that's kind of where I'm holding now. I think we're going to see 100k at the end of the bull market, and I think that'll be our peak. But you know, I know fuck all, mate, fuck all. Looks like ADA's attempting to maybe break out here. Actually, I'm actually surprised. I thought it might fake out. I thought we might see a little bit more of a pullback again, and then continue a little bit more of a sideways trading, because that would negate the necessity really then for a correction. Personally, in my eyes, I think it would help us. We definitely need a slowdown on ADA though. We need a couple of days of cooling. I know when people see things start to slow down and maybe pull back a little bit, people are like, oh, that's it, it's over. You need that sometimes, because like you just gotta look at ADA's daily, man. Like it's not sustainable, man. We're so stretched from the EMA bands. We're overbought to hell, and pretty much every other time we've been overbought, we have pulled back. So it makes sense that we would, you know, like we really need, if we can pull back, get back into the middle of the RSI without a major correction. Like I say, maybe coming down to 80, 70 cents possibly. So I see a 10 to 20 cent dip, or if possible, if we just had this consolidation for a couple of days, that'd work as well. And, you know, it'd level us out a little bit, then let the EMA catch up a little bit, and maybe we could bounce off it. But like I says, we need that little correction, because it's done really nicely. If you look on the hourly, it really does like to try and pull away. It has these corrections. It comes back just in when it's just overbought as well on the RSI, and it comes back down off the EMA, pushes again, and then like it likes to these little almost like breathing, you know what I mean? It's overbought again, comes a little bit close to the EMA, overbought again, pulls back down, comes back into a nice point on the RSI, which then allows a nice good push, overbought again, pull back in a little bit, overbought again, well, almost overbought, but we like pulling away from the EMA there, and then we get that nice correction, pulls us back in, and then we get a good little springy bounce. Same thing here again. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we're waiting for at the minute, in my opinion. Like, I know we're there on the hourly now, and we are in a good point on the RSI, so we could really see a decent bounce here. I think we might see attempt at $1 again. But once again, like I say, I think the thing to be watching when you're looking for the breakout on ADA is to look at the ADA to ETH chart, like I said before. Keep your eye on this, guys. If you haven't already looked into this, look into it, because this is the level of resistance, and it's around that dollar area. This is what it needs to break, because the last time it went above $1.50, a dollar, sorry. I think he topped out at $1.38, something like that. It was the last bull run when we broke this level. We haven't managed to break it yet. We've tried 3 times. We haven't managed. Like I says, the thing that's different this time again, though, bull run, not a bull run. So, you know, and obviously it didn't have a chance to take full advantage of the bull run either, because it came in early. And like I said, at the same time, ADA really didn't have much going for it then. It's got fucking lots going for it now, and it's having the ability to really take the bull run by the horns, so to speak. No pun intended. And yeah, you know, like I say, better projects, in a better position to moon, bigger markets at the moment, bigger potential for alt season than we've ever seen before. You know what I mean? We should really be seeing insane alts that we like, you know, alt growth that we haven't seen before, like numbers that we haven't seen. It really does make sense. And looking at how things are going, I think we are going to get a fucking huge alt season. So, and the way ADA's been moving so far, it really hasn't disappointed me. But that's not to say it could have gone wild and then burnt out. But I really don't think it has, man. I'm still super bullish on ADA. Like I say, if we see it come back to 70 cents, I'm still bullish on ADA. I'll be grabbing more ADA, because I do think we are going to break the dollar mark. And this might be the perfect chance to actually do it as well at the minute, because ETH's breaking this all-time high, but it's really not taking advantage of it. We're in price discovery, but it's really like, you know, it's kind of floundering, like I say. RSI is starting to level out a little bit now, though, but it's still looking bearish. I think we are going to see a pullback, and possibly maybe even come back down to this 18-20 area and maybe range here a little bit and then try to break out again. But it, like I said, every time that we've had this breakout just lately, it breaks out, fakes out, comes back down, and it's doing that over and over again. And we are gradually, continually going to the upside, but it's just doing it really weakly. So that could really work for ADA at the minute, you know what I mean? If Ethereum really can't seem to get its act together, and it's just kind of like, you know, attempting to break out but faking out, I think, like, you know what I'm saying, like with ADA, it really could be good for it. But I think, like I say, we do need a short-term correction, or at least a consolidation on ADA, in my opinion, because the daily's just insane, man. It's like, it's scary sometimes. Like, obviously, you know, when you know, after the fact, if you're in hindsight and say this is the end of the market, which I don't think it is, you know, you look after the fact and you sold out here, you can look back at that and be like, damn, man, that was beautiful, wasn't it? But, you know, when you're in, even if you're on it early, like I say, I haven't took any profits from this yet. I really should have been, but I'm not, it's kind of not my play for ADA at the minute. I am long-term holding ADA. I am going to take profits, but I'm going to be dumping all the profits right back into ADA when it's back down at the bottom again. Because, like I say, that's my confidence in ADA. I really am. I'm super confident in ADA. I want to get to the point where I've got a good bag of ADA, because I think next bull run, if you've got a decent bag of ADA, personally, I think it's going to make a lot of people rich. I really do think that, because it's a really good project. DOT's the same as well. At the minute, though, DOT's a little bit more expensive to get into. You're looking at $29 a DOT, but that's still a great price, in my opinion. Super undervalued. I think we could easily see a $100 DOT this cycle. That's why I say, well, I'm still super bullish on ADA. Like, I've heard, dude, I swear, like, this is what I've heard people say, and, like, I'd love it if it was true, but I don't think that's going to happen, because that's just, like, too insane even for crypto at an alt season. Is $170 ADA. I'm not saying that we're never going to see $170 ADA. Next bull run, I do genuinely think we might even see more than that with ADA. I know people will be like, fuck off. This is people saying that we're going to see that this run, which I'm just like, nah, bro, that ain't happening. But if it did, that'd be lovely, because I think if you invested just short of $200 into ADA when it was around about 30 cents or something like that, This is a quick little guesstimation. I think you'd pull out with about $71,000 if it went to like, about $71,000 if it went to $170, which, that's crazy returns, which I don't think we're going to see that. Like I say, for me personally, anywhere from $2 to $2.50 to $3, I'll be happy with. I'll be happy with anything above $1.50, really, if I'm honest. But I really do think it's capable of topping out at $3. I really do. I think that's where we could see it going to. A lot of people, like I say, I'm conservative. There's a lot of people saying $3 to $5, $3 to $6, $10. But I think that might be just a little bit too much for us, if I'm honest. And the rate we're going at, I think it will be. This is what I think. If we want to hit those targets, even more conservative targets, like I say, we need this correction, because if we do push through here, we're going to blow off. And I think that's why it's great that we haven't really hit $1 yet, because along with this Ethereum resistance, I think if we hit it in the movement that we're in at the moment, I think it could force us to have a bit of a blow-off, man, and we could see a 50% retraction. You know what I mean? We could be back down at like 45 cents again if that happens, which won't be the end of the world. I'll still be fucking bullish as fuck on ADA. We'll have a second wave, but, don't really want that to happen. But like I say, that's why I'm keeping my eye on this ADA to Ethereum chart, because if it does, I'll be taking profits. I'll scalp that shit and I'll get back straight in once we're back down lower. That's the plan anyway. So like I say, guys, if you are trading ADA, obviously keep your eye on the ADA situation, but definitely keep your eye on the Cardano to Ethereum chart as well, because I do believe this is the main thing that's going to determine whether ADA breaks that dollar and really goes on a run. You know what I'm saying? I really do. So keep your eyes on that, man. I think that's the most important thing in terms of ADA's price discovery than anything else, really, if I'm honest. I really do. And like I say, with this coinciding with that bearish divergence, being overbought, being overstretched against the EMA, it all makes sense that, slow down a little bit now and then fucking punch through. Because at the minute, like I say, it's like we've done a sprint. You know what I mean? We've sprinted and now we've got to have a fight at the end of the sprint. It's better if you just have a little bit of a rest and then get into the match. You know what I mean? That's the best way to look at it, really. I know it's a really terrible analogy, and that's not how markets work, but that's the way I see it. Like, I really do. I think we've run out a bit of steam at the minute. We need to rest before we tackle that $1. It's not only just, like, say, a psychological barrier. It's a physical barrier as well. It really is. It's a physical digital barrier. Make of that what you will. It's physical. It's literally not. But you know what I'm saying? I do. I think this is our target. Break this, and we're Gucci, baby. We're Gucci. Dot does shitting short of $29. A little bit of a wick off there on the 4 hour. Yeah, it's just slowing down a little bit here. It doesn't mean we're going to hit $30 up. We are a little bit overbought. We do have a little bit of a bearish divergence there as well. So maybe we'll see a little bit of a pullback. Maybe come back down to $28. Possibly maybe even come back down and bounce off the EMA to about $27 and then attempt to go for $30 again. But I do see, I think we're going to see a breakthrough of $30 on DOT over this weekend. I think if we break through $30 on DOT, I think that's when we're going to start to see a real run on DOT. I really do. Like, to me, still at the minute, like, DOT's had an amazing run, but I still think DOT has got plenty more to go. Like, it's really had kind of a healthy run. It's had this nice run, consolidation, nice run, a good amount of consolidation, and now we're kind of like in a larger sort of phase of here. So it would make sense that if we did consolidate for a little bit here, hopefully not that many days, because that is quite a decent consolidation. What are we talking there? Days? 17 days. Don't really want to see that, if I'm honest. 45-day consolidation would be nice, and then continue, like, this sort of pattern and see a nice continuation to the uptrend, because I think if we do have a nice consolidation, I wouldn't be surprised, because we went from $8 to $18, so $10 there, and then we went from $16 to $27 there, so around about the $10 sort of mark. So if we do have this sort of consolidation here, I wouldn't be surprised if you can bounce up to $40 off this. I really wouldn't. And I think if we really do get to that sort of towards the $50 mark, we're going to see it run then, because like I say, it's a psychological thing, man. You'll have, like I say, when it comes to, you got to understand as well, when it comes to a lot of the purchasing of crypto, there's a lot of retail people just like us, and there's people who will see that at $40 and $50 and be like, I'm buying that one. That's going to be $100. And people really do look at things like that. They don't necessarily look like, really, like say, when you want to begin into a project, is these sort of times, if you're looking to make real gains. Obviously, if you're looking to get in and make a bit of profit, I don't judge you, although it's super risky getting in on a project when it's already on a run. But good time to really, if you're looking to chuck a good chunk of change at something, and I know it might not seem as exciting because it might be another year or two before it really gives you some returns, but if you're looking at a project that's bottomed out and it's been bottomed out for a while, there's a real good chance, and especially if it's down super low, you know, we're talking pennies or even less than a cent, it really doesn't have much room to go down. It can, and you can still lose your money. Very little chance, though, really, in terms of risk. You know, well, say very little chance. You got to look at the risk reward. If you're down here buying, your risk reward is fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't really got much room to go down. You still having these sort of areas because, you know, you're still at like $2, but like say, so I mean, good floor all the way down here. I think is that all we've got with what's it? Yeah, whatever. So you know, you bought here, and you know you chucked a nice fat bag into dot and just left it. Like, you know, you're fucking sitting pretty now. You're sitting pretty, and that's how you make real gains when it comes to crypto. Of course, if you're really good at understanding the market and getting in just prior to a pump, and that's something that you start to learn. You know what I mean? Of course, you can make fucking insane gains. But your risk reward is definitely a lot. That's why I could say, once this runs over, as soon as I see that it looks like Cardano's almost bottomed out or towards the bottom, I don't mind buying in at a price and then it going down another 20% because I know that in time it's going to come back up. So like what I'll be doing as Cardano dumps, when it looks like the dump's running out of steam a bit, I'll just be buying on the way down, dollar cost average on the way down, and then just every month I'll just be grabbing a bag of ADA every single month for the next 3 years. That's my plan, because I do think that is a way to like I say, I'm so bullish on ADA. I think ADA and DOT are going to be insane. They're making like ADA's going insane now, but next bull run it's going to be like I think it's going to be something special because, like I say, there's so many projects being developed on ADA, and Polkadot's going to be another one. They're going to be taking projects that could possibly go into Ethereum, and even having projects migrating over from Ethereum, because like I say, Ethereum's awesome. I love Ethereum, but obviously Ethereum's main issues at the moment is gas fees and network congestion, and hopefully Ethereum 2.0 is going to solve those issues, but Ethereum 2.0 is still a bit of a way away at the minute. There's a good bunch of ETH staked into Ethereum 2.0, and I know miners have moved over there, so that's a good sign. If you've got the confidence of the miners and people are staking, that is a good sign, but we don't know. ETH 2.0 could launch really rocky, and it could really affect Ethereum for a while. And if that is the case, you will see an even more larger migration over to things like ADA and DOT. And I think the market just needs an alternative to Ethereum. Ethereum's not going anywhere. Super undervalued. I still see Ethereum is one of the most undervalued projects in the space, in my opinion. But I also think DOT and ADA are there right with it. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is undervalued because just the scarcity. It's going to increase in value for the years to come. You know what I mean? It's going to continue to increase in value until the point where I think we're at like 1 million for a Bitcoin. I don't think we'll be going much more over 1 million personally. Depending on what happens in the future, you can't say what's going to happen though. We don't know what's going to happen really years ahead. You know, you can only make predictions really to a certain degree. But I think 1 million is going to be sort of where Bitcoin's, you know, in long term is where its head's at. So it's obviously still undervalued. But like I say, for me, the three, personally, obviously there's projects out there that I don't know about and ones that I'm lacking knowledge in. But personally, like I say, they're my three most undervalued and projects that I'm most bullish on is ADA, DOT, and Ethereum. I think they're really going to be good earners for people in the future. Obviously, Ethereum at the minute are a lot more expensive to get into, but obviously after this bull run, we're probably going to see maybe up to an 85% correction on Ethereum. It could be a little bit less. It might be a little bit less this year, just with the fact that institutional money is going to start flowing in, and already is flowing into Ethereum actually via Grayscale. So I don't think we're going to see such a crazy dump on Ethereum. But, you know, 85% is still a real threat. I think it'll be more maybe like 60 to 70% this time, and maybe a 50% correction on Bitcoin, which if we get to 100K, we're going to be looking at a 50K Bitcoin in a bear market, which last bull run, if somebody says, you know, next bear run, after this bear run, we're going to be at a 50K Bitcoin, you'd be like, fucking let's go. You know what I mean? So, like, it all depends where we finish at the end of this bull run, really, what we're looking at. Altcoins, though, obviously, altcoins, when they dip, majority of altcoins are probably going to lose, like, 90 to 95% of the value. So, if you're at $1 on something, you're probably looking at 5 cents after the run. You know what I mean? So, that's why, like, got to be careful with altcoins, guys. Can make you insane amounts of money, but they can turn on a fucking dime, and you can be in the shit faster than you can say boo to a ghost. Or is it boo to a goose? Whichever. I don't think it'll work either way. Goose will probably bite you, and the ghost's dead anyway. What's he scared of? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're in this little, like, sort of channel here, sort of a wedge a little bit here. Let's see if I've got any sort of pattern forming within the pattern. I suppose we could maybe we're going from a candle to wedge though. Really, we could go from wick to wick. Did I say candle to wedge? I mean candle to wick. Even if we go from wick to wick, yeah, I suppose. Could argue. Let's have a look on the minute, actually. Let's go with boo to a goose. Yeah, it's probably work better, won't it, man? You know what I mean? Let's have a look at the minute. Yeah, what are we doing here? So we're still trading within this channel, aren't we? Yeah, minute's probably not going to be good. Let's have a look on the 5 minute, shall we? Yeah, I think there's definitely a cat. Maybe not. It's not a great one, but you could argue there's sort of a descending wedge there. But it's nothing that I'd have a bet on. But we've got this sort of ascending channel here. We're kind of going into this descending wedge. If you really want to be semantic about it, maybe we could see a breakout here and then resistance back here, like, you know what I mean, and then maybe come back down, and possibly, if that was the case, let's maybe just go off candles, because that probably looks a little bit better instead of going off the wicks. Yeah, I'm a little bit. What's it with that, actually? And if you do that, yeah, but we broke through. I don't know. I won't even. We'll get that a bit more time. But looking at it though, we could possibly see this turn into a break to the upside, and probably finding a bit of resistance off here again. If I'm honest, let's go wick, shall we? Yeah, I don't think we're really going to see much movement off Bitcoin and Ethereum, if I'm honest, over tonight. I thought we was going to maybe see a nice breakout. Look, it keeps going into the green on my trade and then going back into the red. I'm just going to let this trade roll, though, because we're not dumping just yet. Touch wood. So I'm okay with that. It's not going to get liquidated. Like I said, there's only like $25 in my futures margin at the minute. I need to move a few hundred over to actually make some proper trades next week, and maybe over the weekend as well. So I don't even give a shit about that. Like, I'd rather risk the liquidation than put a stop loss in, because, we could have a little swing down, stop loss, and then, even if I make a couple of bucks, I like money. I'd rather try and make a couple of bucks and risk losing $20 and fucking have a stop loss and just burn down a couple of bucks for no reason. Just, don't trade like that though, guys. I'm just doing it because I'm being stubborn, because I'm like, I'm emotionally trading now. Ethereum's gonna listen to me, and if you don't, then fuck you, Ethereum. Yeah, you should never trade like that, though, guys. Let's have a little look at Doge, shall we? Let's have a look at Doge on my bloody blah on this. What's it? So, man, like RSI wise, Doge doesn't look terrible, man. Like, if this dip comes back down and like doesn't go too far, but the RSI dips back around, we can see maybe a little bit of hidden bullish divergence there. Sell pressure is definitely dipping off. It's hard to say though with Doge, man. Let's see if it does respect this. Let's see how strong this trend line is that really shouldn't have acted as support, but it did. You know what I mean? It really did. It was touched once, maybe by 2 candles in a really short period of time, but Doge, lo and behold, came back to fucking respect the TA, which is actually kind of shocking. So let's see if it does. Let's see if we find some support off this this downward trend on the resistance here. Maybe we'll find a little bit of support and try and get back up, and that will bring us into like this secondary ascending triangle there, really. Yeah, let's see what happens there, man, because I'm just waiting for Doge to dump. And I don't want Doge to dump because I know there's a lot of people who are invested. But at the same time, there's so many channels out there that are giving out so much misinformation and willingly doing it so as well. They're just making shit up on the spot. Like, there's this one particular channel. I'll put it in Discord later. I'll link it so you guys can go and check it out for yourself, the farce that it is. I don't really want to be airing beef online. Not that I've got beef with them. I got banned. I think I got banned from the channel because in the end I told them that there was a bunch of fucking, a bunch of fuckers, really, because they were like, it's one thing if you don't know something, that's fine, you know what I mean? But just don't spread that information to other people as fact and then back it up by just mental gymnastics that just make no sense at all. And I saw so many people, hundreds and hundreds, giving them money and being like, yo, I'm doing this because I believe you and everything. And it's just like, oh my God, don't do it, man. Don't do it. So there's part of me that kind of wants Doge to dump for that. For one, for these dudes, if they are invested who they're doing these streaming, for them to just get fucked because they deserve to get fucked. And also, I don't want new people to lose money. I don't want anybody to lose money in trading. But at the same time, if you're coming into crypto and you're learning to trade off pump and dumps, or you're learning to trade off Elon Musk tweets, or you're learning to trade because someone says, look, bro, trust me, just hold and hold and hold, and you're going to be a millionaire. Like, I know it's kind of a rough thing to say, but I think you deserve to lose some money in the short term just to learn a lesson. Not that I want you destitute or anything. I think it'll just be better for you in the long run. If you come in and you're trading with bad habits, you need to get wrecked early on so you can be like, okay, right. And then if you're a normal person, step back, try and figure out what went wrong and not to do the same thing again. Do you know what I'm saying? But my worry is that maybe people will get out lucky, that some people probably have, and think that this is how you trade. You look for people like Elon Musk tweeting about something and they go, right, then I'm going to buy that thing he's tweeting about, or I'm going to just buy a thing that I've heard, oh, that's getting pumped. Well, I'm going to buy that then, because that's just a way to get wrecked, man. It might work 1 or 2 times, you know what I mean? But there's going to be a lot of times as well, like even Elon Musk might make a tweet. Elon Musk makes a tweet now, and this shoots up to 8.1 cents, yeah? And you've just saw the tweet, but it's already at 8.1% cents by you saw the tweet, and you're like, fuck it, I'm buying because Elon's killing it. And then it comes straight back down like it did just here. This is exactly what happened with a previous Elon tweet. He tweeted at 7.1, went all the way up to 8.2, right? And then came back down fast as fuck, down to 7.16 again. So there would have been a shit ton of people who bought all the way up here, and then we're in the red straight away. So that's what you should just undo it. That's some of the rules, man. Don't chase pump and dumps. Don't chase the top. And don't base your trading on, like, famous people tweeting. Because at the minute, we've got a lot of people tweeting about crypto. And, of course, somebody with a big enough following is going to cause, especially small market cap stuff, to move. You know what I mean? Like, there's these famous people out there. If these guys went into, you know, like these freaking small market cap things that we were looking at earlier, you know, like fucking, you know, like this, what's it, at 1.62 million, 2 million, 5 million and stuff like that. These are tiny market caps that if somebody decided to come in and just buy 500,000 worth of coins, that's going to fucking shoot up in price. You know what I mean? Because it's almost at that point, you know, well, so let's say somebody came in and bought fucking 1.62 million. I know that'd be crazy, but, you know, there's rich people out there. That would literally double the market cap and double the price instantly. Do you know what I'm saying? And then probably continue a push to the upside. But you don't want to be trading off that because, you know, that person's not always going to be there for you. And you don't want, like I said, that saying again, man, teach a man to fish. I mean, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day, but teach a man to fish and you'll, oh my days, Litecoin's breaking out. See, this is what fucking Ethereum needs to do, man. Like, Ethereum, get some fucking, you know, Litecoin showing you what to do, you fucking knob. And Bitcoin ain't even really moving to the upside here as well. That's probably going to pull back, actually, because Litecoin really typically follows Bitcoin. It'd be nice just to see us hit 200, man. So that could be at a new all-time high. And then we could see a breakout from $200 off Litecoin. Man, do you reckon we could see a $500 Litecoin this run? Do you reckon that could be a thing, guys? You know, we're nearly at $200. We're only talking, what would that be, 100 and, would that be like 130%, something like that, would it? I'm terrible at maths, so, you know, 150%? It was close enough. Only 20%, you know, nothing, is it that? Nothing. It's actually not. So yeah, it is. I mean, like, so yeah, just short of 200 here at the moment. Bitcoin is having a little flail about though. It's trading within that range. So as long as it just continues to trade in that range and really doesn't drastically move down, I think we're going to see a $200 Litecoin tonight, guys. And I got in at Litecoin at under $50, so I'm happy with that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's nice. It's nice. That's what I like to see, that is. Welcome back, dude, as well. What pizza you got, bro? What pizza you got, man? You can't imagine what is coming. Most people sell early. Alejandro, ETH, $2,500. It's mad, isn't it, to think, like, the way Bitcoin shot up. If you'd have bought $100 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, you'd have $47 million right now. That hurts to think about, that does. Do you know what hurts even more? I was looking to invest in Bitcoin in 2013, 2014, and Rosie's taught me how to be. I'll never forgive her. He jokes. But, like, she legit did. Like, she was like, oh, no, man. Everybody did, actually, man. Even friends did. They was like, nah, bro. Like, well, they didn't say nah, but they was just like, oh, I don't think that's going to be worth shit, man. Like, people was like, it's just a scam. It's just a bubble. And then, a few years later, 20K, it's just a bubble. 40K, it's just a bubble. It's the best. It's been a bubble that's lasted 10 years, man. Pepperoni and mushroom. Oh, nice. I just had some chorizo and cheese earlier. I've got Rose to make me a little cheese platter. Might have a beer as well in a bit. It's like 11:30 though. I don't think I'll be staying on much longer, guys. I know it's Friday, but I'm still kind of tired, man. That's why I didn't do this gaming stream that I've been saying I was going to do this evening, because, like, I've just been, like, I've been up so much, so late just lately that it's really catching up with me now. I think I need a break, man. And I got a little bit of a cold as well. And I think that's just because, like, I'm a little bit run down, if I'm honest. This kid is saying Dogecoin is going to be at $5 by 2021. Dude replies, it's like your 100K bet on Trump to win the election. He did win. They stole the election. He's still going about that shit. I don't think that's going to happen, man. Could Dogecoin get to some sort of what's in the long run? Yeah, it needs massive development, I think, on the chain. I don't necessarily think it even needs a hard cap for it to get there. I just think they need to make it so the deflationary value comes down to zero, because I don't think it's quite there yet. Maybe like some sort of burning incentive or something like that, like maybe to pull out a portion of the Rona, right, dude? Every time I feel a bit rough now, man, I'm like, fucking hell, here we go again. I've got Rona for the 52nd time this year. Like, fuck me, bro. Rose is the same as well. I'll get a cough and I'm like, I've got a cough. Because we've got that South African variant around here as well, isn't he? It's like, you'll know if you've got it. I've said to her, you'll be like, have I got the Rona? He's like, yeah, it sounds like you got the South African variant. That's a terrible joke. But whatever. Okay, it looks like Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit here. It's only on the 15-minute now. Let's have a look on the... Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's pulling back here. I should imagine this is probably going to pull Litecoin back as well. Litecoin's, bro, like, it's so close. Don't do it. We want to. Even if you pull back, just hit the 200 just for that psychological thing and just give us that as a new all-time high. And then if you break through that, that's going to be slapping. Come on. 90 cents. Come on. Just another dollar. Somebody buy somebody buy a couple of grand worth of Litecoin. Go on. Oh, that's probably not going to do anything. Come on. So close. He just wants to do it, and then Bitcoin has to start acting up. Don't you fucking do it. Even if you just go back up, I don't care what you do at the mini. Just hold that range a little bit. I suppose there is a little bit of a bullish hidden divergence there, but we've also got some bearish on the what's it as well. So, yeah, hard to call that, isn't it? I think it's just going to continue trading in the range, if I'm honest. Bitcoin is, which is what we need now. We needed to do that. We needed to. Oh, guys, look at that, man. We are just short of 70 cents off the $200 Litecoin, man. Oh, you slag! Don't do it, man. Don't listen to your big brother Bitcoin. Tell him to fuck off. You can go into 2 bill. Hold up a second, guys. I'm back in a minute. bitch. Bitcoin is just holding that mother trucker back, innit? So whatever you're gonna do, Bitcoin, just hold on a second. Just hold on. Excuse me. Seems like that's becoming a new, quite a bit of a resistance area for Bitcoin at the minute, doesn't it? We are bearish on the RSI though, really, on Bitcoin, to be fair. So, makes sense that he's pulling back a little bit here. It looks like he's trying to trade in a range though, man. Look at that. It's really fucking... See if he continues to do so. That's what we want. We want this. We want this sort of just sideways action, man. That's what we want. Man, Litecoin, he's desperately trying to break $200, bro. Like, dudes. How close has it got? Fuck, man. Oh, it got like 53 cents off. Yeah, shit. Fuck, bro. 57 cents, sorry. Are you kidding me, dude? Go on, son. You can do it, son. You can do it, son. I got 200. Even if you come back down, just do it. I just want to see it. I think it'd be cool. Yo, guys, want to get yourself some free crypto, though? Incent code, you know what to do. Hop onto the app. If you haven't got the app, guys, you can get it on the iOS store or the Android store, guys. Search Incent, INCENT. I think they just make it now so you just watch a little advert, you get yourself a little bit of free crypto. You know, it's free crypto in it. You know, if you want to get yourself a little bit, a couple of cents worth of Incent. ETH has pulled back a little bit, yeah. Like I said, I think we might see ETH come back down to these 1820 sort of mark. It still looks like there's a lot of buying pressure. I think ETH's just kind of reacting to what Bitcoin's doing at the minute, because ETH is like, I know ETH's tied and everything, pretty much everything is, but like ETH has been so like really closely mirroring Bitcoin at the minute. Like even fucking Litecoin seems to be trying to fight against Bitcoin. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. That has gone since it broke through. So this is what ETH doesn't want to do at the minute. Like, you had this breakout moment. This is the sort of pump you want to see. ETH just literally goes, ooh, hey, no, joking. Okay, I'm going to do it now. No, I'm just joking. Ha, ha, ha. Like, it's like, fuck you, bro. Just do it. 30 cents now. Come on. I just want to see it break 200. Like I said, even if it does come back a little bit, I want to see that 200. It's just a little psychological thing for me. It's just cool. Because like I say, because I've had good gains on Litecoin, so I just want to see it break it, man. Oh, it got so close. Fuck, bro, look at that. Did it hit 90? Was it 10 cents off? Was it really fucking 10 cents off? Oh, you fucking slag. It's reacting to Bitcoin a little bit now by the looks of things. Geezer. 19 cents. Jesus Christ. Still good though. 199 fucking sweet as fuck on Litecoin, if I'm honest. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's just kind of trading in this area at the minute. We do have quite a bearish candle there though, but then again though, actually no, it's a lot more bearish than the last one actually, to be fair. Yeah, might see a little bit more of a downside here on Bitcoin. Like I say, it's still trading within this bigger range here though. It might even come all the way back down to 45.3 and then bounce back up again maybe. You know, it looks like it's just consolidating a little bit, to be fair. I don't think Bitcoin's going to do much of anything tonight. Like I say, if it comes back down, we might see like 45k and probably range back up, really. I can't see Bitcoin doing anything too drastic tonight. It just doesn't want to let... Litecoin just doesn't want to break 200, does it? And there's a lot of sell orders. There's a decent amount at 199, but nothing like crazy, is there? Quite a few at 200. That's what's holding us back, man. That's oh shit, that's a big sell order. 1300 at 201. Ah, you fucking slag. Yeah, it looks like it's getting rejected off 200. Bitcoin's fucking around as well, so that probably ain't going to help it, man. It needs to come back down now, really. If it's not going to try it, if it's not going to break it, come back down, back test this previous high, get it as some support, make it a nice springboard, and then attempt to go again, and then, you know, we can have this as a new level of support then, and it'll be better for continued highs, baby. Continued highs. Has music been playing all this time? Because I had my shit muted. Can you guys hear that? Is that coming through with you? I bet Windows has muted shit again, yeah. I swear, Windows keeps muting the output for me, man. It's fucking pissing me off, man. It's like, stop it, man. I didn't tell you to do that, you stupid fuck. No? The fuck? Can you guys... Is my headset just disconnected? Oh, yeah. Sorry if that's loud. My headset, man. My headset turned off. It's the only problem with a wireless headset sometimes. There we go. No problem with a wireless headset, man. I'm like, yo, dude, what the fuck's my... Oh, yeah, my headset's disconnected. Because, like, if I mute stuff and there's no audio coming to the headset, it'll recognise that there's no audio coming to the headset. It's like, well, you don't need to be on, so I'm just going to turn off for a little bit. So, yeah. But, yeah, man, we've got some big moves happening in the minute, guys. But, like, it's all kind of getting tempered a little bit by Bitcoin. Looks like, say, Bitcoin seems to be trading a little bit sideways in this range at the moment. I think that's going to continue. I don't really see any major foreseeable changes over the next few hours. We've got this trade that's in the negative at the minute, but you know it's a tiny ass trade. So, and we've got a massive liquidation price in terms of it's really far away. So we've got plenty to move there. We've got enough on the maintenance margin. I think I might just let that run. I typically never leave a trade without a stop loss, but in this situation, like I'd rather just risk it because, like I say, if we do have this dip down, I could set a stop loss at a. I don't know. I probably won't bother, but. Always have a stop loss, guys, especially if you're going to be away. You know, if you're going to bed, set a stop loss because you never know what can happen while you're asleep. Yeah, Bitcoin is. It looks like it's finding a little bit of support here, but definitely a bearish ass candle there. But we haven't made a lower low than the wick, so we still could see a bit of a bounce off this. Just depends on how we finish and the next candle starts. Really, I guess really there, which you know. Definitely got bearish divergence, so like I said, so we could see a little bit more downturn. I wouldn't be surprised, like I say, if you come round to it could be an area to come down to actually a 46.5, say 46,650, somewhere around that sort of area. I wouldn't be surprised if you find some support around there. It's not really super strong support, but there's definitely a bit of support there. If not, then I think we'll probably come back down to this trend line, if I'm honest, and go from there really. But I don't want us to come down. Hopefully, if we come down to this, we bounce off nicely because I don't want us to break down off that just yet. Because then we'll probably be looking at like a possible 42k, possibly maybe 40k could happen. You know, it's not. And like I said, that I've been saying that there's definitely a bit of a correction coming just in terms of the long term. But I don't want it to happen to just yet because I think that's going to reduce our overall top price, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If we follow like what happened in the last run. But then again, though, we had this dip, which I think this was our month-long consolidation. I think we're kind of at this period now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I feel like we're at the minute. Like, you know, we're having this little bit of consolidation. We did this month. We burst out. We found our new high. We're kind of just struggling a little bit. And then I was like, say, I think we're going to continue up to 60k. And then we're going to see this correction, bring us back down to maybe just below our previous high, so like 40k, 42k, and then we're going to come back out of that, consolidate for a little bit, hopefully like another couple of weeks, probably be a bit, like say, if we do follow this, maybe it'll follow it like quite similar. You know, this is all just conjecture and speculation, but you know, I'm just looking at like macro trends here and trying to extrapolate and maybe see if that's going to be our possibility. But I do genuinely think that's what we're going to see, something like that. Time zones, totally, you know, just guessing there really. But like I said, I think we could see that come back down just below the previous high that we're at now, maybe around about 40k. And then we see that continued run, maybe another little bit of consolidation around the 80k mark, maybe, and then we'll see 100k. I think that's where we're at the minute. I think we are there now. I think this is where we are. You know what I mean? I think this is where we are. We're at the 4,000 mark in 2017, August 2017. We're just there a little bit earlier, so maybe we'll see a bigger run. You know what I mean? Like, because it peaked out in December. I think we're going to peak out a little bit earlier than December, if I'm honest, personally. Like I said, it would make sense that we're seeing this sort of point a little bit earlier. This was summer. We're seeing it still in February. Or it could just mean that this run is going to be a lot larger than this one. But I kind of think, like I think 100k is our limit this run, personally. And I'm probably on the conservative estimate there. because there's people who are talking about, 200k, 320k. I just don't think we're gonna do that just yet. Don't get me wrong. I am bullish as fuck on Bitcoin in the long run, and I think, like I say, I think we're gonna see in the years to come $1 million Bitcoin. But I think that's gonna be in like 8 years, maybe 12. I really do. I think our next bull run, we're probably looking at like that 300k Bitcoin, maybe even 500,000, and then the next one possibly in the range between, like say, if we go for the low end, 300k to 800k, and then I think that next run will be like that sort of like, we're getting towards $1 million for a Bitcoin then. So, if there's a mission that you've got over the next 10 years, guys, I'd suggest trying to get to the point where you got yourself a fucking Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Because I reckon, in 12 years' time or so, you're probably going to be able to make yourself a nice fucking million out of that, really. So that's my aim. That's why, like I say, I am just here to gain Bitcoin. I'm obviously taking profit and I'm making money on everything else, but Bitcoin is the goal, man. Get your Bitcoin and get as much of it as you fucking can, and you can't go wrong in life, in my opinion, unless we have a solar flare and the whole electrical system in the globe is wiped out. But then you'll have less things to worry about than getting $1 million. It'll be more about trying to take your arsehole shut so nobody fucking rapes you after your house has been burgled while them looking for fucking tinned food. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to look at your priorities in it. Like, is your priority in an apocalypse going to be, well, where's my Bitcoin, bro? It's going to be like, yo, dude, where's the lube in case it happens, just to make it a little bit more, less traumatic. But yeah, look, it looks like we did break down. Like I said, this is a disgusting attempt at a descending triangle here, but work with me, guys. You know what? Let's get rid of this. Let's use a horizontal line, shall we? Like I say, it's not great, but, I think that range around that sort of thing is acting as kind of a little bit of a support there. But, we've got a little bit of a descending triangle. It kind of goes round about where we've had these wicks sort of top out. Found this as a little bit of support previously. It looks like it is acting as a little bit of support here. Broke through a couple of times, bounced off the EMA. Like I said, it probably would. I did say this earlier with a basic attention token to the guy who was asking earlier. I forgot what his name was. But we broke through, broke back down. Looks like we've bounced off this EMA. I think probably what we're going to see here, because look, it broke through and then it attempted to break out as well. It's kind of like in this little bit of indecision at the moment. Depending on where this candle finishes in the next 11 minutes, I think we could maybe see, it's going to go one way or the other, really, I think, here. Or my triangle's just a total and absolute farce, which it really could be. It's a bit messy, but yeah, we're going to see some... We're going to see some price action here, guys. Whether this is downside or the upside is anybody's guess, really. Typically, you'd expect a downside here. But like I say, we have just bounced off that EMA. We are in a bullish run at the minute. So, in my opinion, and I don't think this is done just yet. It's had a good run, but I really don't think this is over just yet, looking at how things are going. We are bearish. Actually, no, we're not, because we kind of corrected that, haven't we? We're still bearish from here, but, I think that's kind of been rectified by this little bit of consolidation. It looks like selling pressure is starting to wane off a little bit. We had a little bit of a spike there, but it is starting to wane off. Now you're just really looking for this breakout, MACD cross, and then you're probably going to see a little bit of a run to the upside. But could be a run to the downside. I wouldn't like to bet just yet. I'd wait for the breakout, whether we're breaking out to the downside or to the upside, and then maybe see a little bit of confirmation. At the minute, it looks like it's starting to break down, possibly. But I wouldn't put too much faith in these trend lines here, guys. They're a little bit fudged, but it's kind of respecting them, so can't argue with that. Let's see what happens at the end of the hour. We've got 9 minutes left on that. Bitcoin's kind of still trading in that range, really just not doing anything at the minute. It's not really dumping. Next hour, though, we could see some more downside, maybe find a bit of support at that 46.7 sort of range, and then maybe come back up. It would kind of make sense if we did. And then maybe find some support on the trend line round about this sort of way, and then continue to the upside, or possibly break down. Could easily break down out of that, but I'm kind of thinking we're going to see some more upside before we do see any decent-ish corrections on Bitcoin. Oh, fuck, we just fucked up the feed, but whatever. Let's get rid of that. But like I say, I think we are going to see this sort of move again off Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Or month or two. And this might be the thing that ultimately slows us down and does push us to that December time for the end of the bull run. But I think we're going to end before it, if I'm honest. I feel like this is going to be a shorter bull run, but I feel like it's going to be more explosive. But, like I say, I'm no fucking expert, so don't listen to me. That's just what I think personally from what I've been looking at. Let's have a look at RSR, actually. 14% up on the daily. I did grab myself a little bit of RSR not long back. Only a little tiny bit, like really small amount. So it's nothing that I'm going to be making major profit on, but it'll be a nice little thing just to cut out and dump it into something else if I'm honest. I'll probably look to start taking profit off this actually soon, if I'm honest, just to put that profit somewhere else. Getting a little bit of a pullback here on RSI. It looked like it attempted a rally here, kind of failed at the 7.5. It's pulling back now. I think it's probably going to come back down because looking again, RSI has been really bouncing off that EMA. I think we're going to come back down, bounce off the EMA again, and then probably continue to the upside. We're overbought, so it makes sense. Little bit of hidden bullish divergence on the RSI though. So like I say, if we do come back down, bounce off this EMA, we could see some decent hidden bullish divergence on the RSI there. So I think we probably will see a pullback to that. We're getting a crossover on the MACD as well. So, yeah, we're definitely going to come back down. I think we're probably going to come back down and see this sort of range around the 6.5 cents range and then maybe continue to the upside. But, yeah, I'm still kind of bullish on RSR, actually. It's a good project as well, RSR is. As well, I got a little bit of H-bar the other day as well. I think that's going to be another long-term bullish project. It just doesn't really get any recognition, that doesn't. EOS looks like it's about to turn up as well. I did have some EOS, but I was starting to get to the point, I was like, EOS just ain't making any moves, man. He just doesn't seem to want to do anything. But, like, it was looking good for ages, like, and I should have just listened to the chart. Like, sometimes that's the problem, really, when it comes to trading. You should just trade like a robot. If the chart's telling you to fucking buy, fucking buy. If the chart's telling you to sell, sell. You just got to look for the messages, you know what I mean? It's always leaving little clues for you. It's leaving a little bit of breadcrumb trail. And, like, I saw this, and I was like, you know what? It looks good. I think we are going to seriously have some upturn. And he just kept dragging out, and I was just like, fuck it. And I took my profits out. And I don't know what I put my profits into, but I kind of wish I hadn't done now. But what I'm doing, I'm going to keep my eye on this, actually. If we break out of this and get some confirmation, I'm probably going to get back in on EOS, if I'm honest, to be fair. Because I think we could see some, our next levels of resistance after that are like 7.5 and 8.7. So just going from what we're at there, we could see like, a cheeky, if we get some confirmation, we could see like a nice cheeky 70% there, and that's really off quite a small move in the grand scheme of things. If we do decide to go up to these sorts of levels again, we're looking at 200%, so that could be one to look out for. I'm keeping my eye on it. You know what I mean? Like I say, typically what we've been up, what's our push? 87%. Typically we're getting around to that 100% level, which for me usually is where I'm like, yeah, that's too much for me. I've missed the boat there. But considering we're right at the bottom. It's not like we've done a few 100% over the last few months and then it's doing another 100% now. I'd be a lot more averse to jumping into that. But because we are at this bottom, this really strong floor that we've created over the last, year, pretty much. This has really got a strong floor now. So if we do break through this, probably going to grab a little bit of EOS, actually, or maybe catch a couple of lungs. I think you can perpetually trade EOS, can't you? Can you trade it on derivatives? I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not 100 though. Yeah, you can. So, you could get some cheeky leverage trades on it, which, never ever, I'll never suggest anything to you guys, but you got to be careful with leverage trading. As I say, I'm on a leverage trade now, and I'm in the red, and I'm like, fuck it. So, like I says, degen trader, guys, absolute degen trader. Our margin's still fine, though, so, we ain't getting liquidated out of that anytime soon, and we've got lots and lots of room to play about with. Doge pulling back to 7 cents. Everything seems to have a little bit of a consolidation at the minute, but Bitcoin is kind of like, it's had that little bit of a push down, but like I say, it's kind of not really dumping. It's kind of trading in this range, actually. This isn't too much of a bad end to that hour. We've got a decent wick showing a lot of buy pressure. We could maybe see a little spring up here. If we see another push down, we might see a breakdown, like I say, to this 46.5 sort of level. RSR's kind of actually, let's pull out of this because it freezes sometimes. Yeah, still sitting in that 92.5 cent sort of mark. I think RSR's just having a little relax at the minute. He's just trying to chill out. He's trying to cool down. I think he's just trying to get this daily settled a little bit, which it definitely is pulling in a little bit now, because we're just super overstretched, overbought on the daily. The hourly and the 4 hourly looks a lot better, because this little cool down has pulled us into a nice position now to really start pumping again. but I really would like us to maybe trade sideways over the weekend, possibly, just to try and get that daily in check, and then attempt for that rally, like I say, to break out against Ethereum, and then maybe see this breakout of $1 and a possible 150% gain or more. Dot as well. Dot's having a little bit of a slowdown there. It seems like everything is kind of hitting that point at the minute where we're having like this, we've had a little bit of a good pump the last couple of hours, and everything's kind of just consolidating again now. Would make sense, like I say. Dot's been doing this pretty much for a while now. It has these kind of savage pumps, and then just kind of consolidates for a little while, accumulates, pumps, consolidates, accumulates, pumps, consolidates, pumps, little consolidation, pump. I think we're kind of in this situation again now. We're going to come back in, probably bounce off the EMA over the weekend, and then we'll probably see a $35 dot, if I'm honest. That's what I'm looking at there. Let's have a look at XRP as well. The queen of coins that is getting fucking sued. Definitely want to not really mess around with, but at the same time though, like, it's one of them, like, if you've got a personally, for me, I'm probably going to just chuck a little bit in, just on a hedge your bets kind of thing, really. Which, like I say, not how you should be trading, but this is just more down to, it's not so much a fundamental issue. I do have issue with how many the guys who started it owning coins. It's a little bit like Doge. There's and you got the escrow account that kind of dumps onto it, but XRP is trying to be like a gold standard in terms of financial trading, really, and moving large amounts of money around fast and cheap. So it's not really looking to go insane on prices, but that doesn't mean you can't make some insane gains. We're really continuing to push up now. It wasn't long ago today, I don't think, we were at like 55 cents, 50 cents. You know what I mean? So we have had a nice little, and this is looking really, but this is looking like Doge did. You know what I mean? This is looking like Doge right after it had that dump and the pump and the dump. Let's take off the super trend because it really gets in the way. It had that pump, it had that dump, and it's really kind of mirroring what Doge done. It really is. It's like, like, let's have a look. Where's Doge? Where's Doge? Where are we? Let's remove all that shit here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, tell me that doesn't look similar. Obviously, we're with RSR, I mean, XRP, we're kind of in this sort of position here. We haven't had such wild jumps up here because we haven't got Elon Musk tweeting about it. But like, I feel like that's kind of where we're at with XRP at the minute. You know what I mean? There's nothing to say we can't go and test that high again, in my opinion. Like, I would never really suggest trading XRP because it's really with everything that's going on, it's risky as fuck, especially now it's up at these sort of levels. But it's having some nice growth, man. Real nice growth. Like I said, I might just cash in on a little bit of, I might wait to see we get a little bit of pullback here. And then I might grab myself a little of XRP. And that is definitely not something I'd suggest. That's just mainly because of the SEC case. If they win the SEC case, or, something happens, it's definitely a positive for XRP. XRP is going to explode, bro. Like, straight up. Like, I think we could see up to a $3 XRP, because I think its highest price before was like $3 something, was he? Or around about the $3 mark. So, yeah, and we had a pump. We had a level not long ago where, because I think that's why I've got this marker in, where we're at $1.50. So, if they do win that SEC case, I don't know the likelihood of that. Like, I know the SEC doesn't fuck around, but at the same time, the American government were also operating a node, I think, within the XRP network, weren't they? So if they really had an issue with it, like, why would they be doing that? Don't quote me on that, though. That's just from shit I've heard from people on the internet. But, people on the internet never tell lies, do they? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the best place to get information, guys. So yeah, like I said, I think we could see. I think like, if they win that case, I think XRP is gonna blow. Like, it's gonna fucking blow. It is. It's gonna fucking blow, man. And I mean, like, blow, blow more than a fucking cheap hooker, man. After you got a bag of crack, like, blow you like that, like, you know what I mean? Blow you fucking, Yeah. We'll stop that now. I'm gonna get banned. YouTube hates crypto as it is. They're gonna make me even more. Yeah, I've seen this dude just crypto and he talks a load of shit too. He knows fuck all about what he's talking about as well. But yeah, like I say, I think even when the SEC case, I think we're going to see major pumpage out of XRP. Will it hold it? I think it probably will, to be fair. Because like I say, in terms of large finance transactions, XRP does have use cases. You know what I mean? It is used by big companies that are moving money around quick and want to do it quick and want to do it cheap as well. So it definitely does have its use cases, but like I say, at the minute, it's just been zombified by the SEC case. But I really think we could maybe see a 75 cents and above, I think we could break this high on this pump, because this is bullish as fuck. Like, this is a really nice move. This is, in my opinion. RSI's got a little bit of bearish divergence, which, like I say, would make sense. We're stretching away from that EMA at the minute, and it really does seem to try and tug along to that EMA. It keeps bouncing off it and pumping and dumping back onto the EMA and then doing the same thing. A lot of coins are really respecting the EMA just lately. They're having a nice little pull away, pulling back, pull away, coming back, pull away. So I think we're probably going to see this with XRP as well here. We're going to have a little bit of a, we've just crossed on the MACD though again though, you know what I'm saying? So maybe not, but there is definitely a little bit of bearish divergence there. It's only very small, but it's there on the hourly. It's not there on the 4 hourly though, so, longer time frames do tend to, it's definitely there on the daily though. Actually, though, we did have a big... Jesus Christ. We'd have a big spike there, so maybe that's what that is. It's not there on the 4 hourly, so maybe the 4 hourly will be the one that takes control here. It's... I wouldn't exactly say it's bullish, but... Right, it's trying to break for it. Yo, fucking hell. I feel like XRP is going to have a little punt anyway, I really do. Interesting. I'm not willing to get on it just yet. I'd have to wait and see if you get a little bit of a pullback, but it's trying, man. XRP is really fucking trying. Jesus Christ, man. I bought some XRP here. Well, I had some XRP anyway, and then I got rid of it, and then I bought some more back around here, and I rolled this pump, and I got the fuck out. And I did play a leveraged long here, and I did short it here. Risky fucking plays though. Like I say, XRP, it's doing this now. It might be fucking like this tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the sort of moves it makes. It fucking shifts. But like I say, it is really, its value is like, a lot of people say it's a shit coin. I think it's got use cases. I really do. It's just, it's been suppressed. It's undervalued because they're getting their arse sued out to the fucking, So, if they lose the case, it's going to fucking dump. I think the case is on the 22nd, isn't it? So maybe this is like just a run prior to that. Maybe people are speculating on the fact that they might win the case because it would make sense. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm thinking it's worth buying some XRP in case they win the case. And there's probably a lot of... That's what I said. You got to look at that psychological thing sometimes. It's all good looking at the technical aspects, but you got to look at things like, okay, there's a court case. There's a 50-50 chance. We don't know what's going on. 50-50 chance for us. They win the case, they lose the case. They win the case, shit fucking flies up. They lose the case, it goes down. Worst case scenario, if you're buying in these sorts of situations, we've still got a while for the case. You can make yourself a little bit of profit and leave a little bit in, and hopefully it moons after the case, and, happy days. But like I said, I think this is people purchasing now. I do. I really think that's probably what's driving this. People are looking at this and thinking, what if they win the case? I'm gonna hedge my bets and then maybe winning the case. Like, could maybe even see this as like a really fucking ugly ass cup and handle. Like, really ugly ass cup and handle. Which makes sense though. We have that little bit of bearish divergence, makes sense that we pull up to here. This becomes resistance because it was a previous candle hold. We pull back down because of the bearish divergence. We attempt to go again. We break out and then we continue to the upside. It's kind of like lining up to make that happen. Obviously, you need to wait for that confirmation though, like I say. 4 hourly though, not necessarily looking bearish, but like I say, it's tiny amount of bearish divergence, but like I say, that would fit in on the short term for us to break down and create this handle. Like, it's kind of like almost like the indicators are kind of like whispering to us with, that ugly ass cup and handle that you've just drew, bro. Might happen. Might happen. Litecoin. $17. Go on. $200 it hit it. We got a $200 Litecoin. It's gone back down, but it hit it. It hit it. I'll take that. It fucking happened. We hit $200 on Litecoin, guys. That's great. That is awesome. So hopefully now if we can maybe see that as a new psychological barrier, maybe, and we have had a really strong move up here on Litecoin though. Litecoin's gone insane in the last couple of hours. You know what I mean? Nice little 5% jump in the last, fucking hell, 4 hours, man. 4 hours, 8%, what was it? 5% jump, yeah? Forgot already. Yeah, can't scoff at that. 5% jump in 4 hours. Nice. Tasty. You know what I mean? Bitcoin, Bitcoin's kind of doing what I was expecting it to do, really. We need a little bit of a stronger candle, really, to be fair, on the hourly there, but we're right at the start of the hour. Look, it came back down, it closed right on that line, and it's just trying to trade in this area at the minute. We might see it, like I say, we might see a little bit of a breakdown and come back down to test this sort of area, in my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just trades sideways for a couple of hours, and that's kind of what we want at the minute, because we want altcoins to explode. So we want Bitcoin to just, chill out for a little bit, let altcoins do the thing, let Bitcoin have a run, then let it chill out for a little bit, let altcoins do the thing again, and then let Bitcoin have its final run, and then, I'd love it if you could fucking step it up for quite a while, but, I think that's probably what'll happen. We'll have this maybe consolidation period a little bit. Bitcoin's going to run, it's going to consolidate again, altcoins are going to pop, and then it's going to go for the run for 100k, and then I think we're going to see Bitcoin, the run end. But I don't know, there's part of me as well. It's kind of all on what's he. But I think we're going to have I don't think we're going to have, we didn't really have a blow-off top here, did we? We had a sort of blow-off top, and then we came back up for this confirmation of the lower high, and then that was it. I think we might see something a little bit like that, but less drastic. I think we might see, a couple of attempts at going back up for the high, like how we did with Doge. This is all just guesswork, we're miles away from that, yeah. But I think just with the institutional money in there, it's gonna, obviously it's depending on what institutions do, this big money does, I do believe a lot of these institutions are in it for the long run, because, like I said before, big corporations, hedge funds, they don't invest in things for short-term games. These guys are obviously looking for gains, but they're looking for a hedge against inflation. If you're putting in $1 billion, you're not looking to be like, right, I made 500 million, let's get it fucking out, because you're taking that 500 million you've had out, and you're putting it back into the bank or whatever, and it's going to start depreciating again. Obviously, you're not going to lose that 500 million in such a short period of time, but we're talking, 15% a year? You know what I'm saying? So over a few years, every 2 years, that's 30% in it. You know what I'm saying? So, you really don't want that, do you? So, it would be insane to make a few $100 million within a year and then be like, right, let's take all that money out and let it depreciate in the fucking bank vault. You know what I'm saying? Unless you wanted to move it all into gold, that makes sense. If you made some insane gains on Bitcoin, pull out of the bull run, store that in gold, wait for the bear market to settle down, stick it all back in Bitcoin and fucking hedge against inflation, and at the same time you're making serious money. But I've got a feeling that, I do think some big money will be doing that, and I don't blame them, but I think a lot of these big institutions, it's going to be more of just a hedge against inflation on the long-term thing of, it goes in there, Bitcoin's going to continue to grow over the coming years, it's going to stop inflation, whatever, I'm only going to have these serious pumps every 4 years, but then gradual growth, but I'm going to be hedging against inflation. Really, at the end of the day, that's what those guys are putting their money around for. Of course, they want to make more, but typically, when companies are banging in large amounts of money into things like gold or whatever, it's not really to make gains or insane gains, it's just to hedge against inflation, which in its sense is obviously a gain. We're breaking through these 200 guys are pushing for $201 on Litecoin at the minute. Litecoin is flying, guys, absolutely flying. I wonder if this has got something to do with that Summer Raybird tweeting out about it. I think I've heard her name before. It looks like there is definitely some whatchamacallit at the minute, a little bit of a FOMO on XRP at the minute, so it makes sense that it probably continues to go up, because it seems like people are really looking to grab some XRP at the moment, which, like I say, it doesn't surprise me, because we've got this court case coming up, so it really does make sense to, not giving anybody financial advice, but me personally, I'm probably going to buy a little bit of XRP just to hedge on the court case. It's a bet. Don't invest in as that's financial advice. I'll never give you financial advice, but that is literally just a bet for me, and it's a bet that I'm willing to play with a little bit of money. It goes wrong. That's why I never put in what I'm not willing to lose. I never put in what I'm I'd never not put in whatever, you know what I'm saying. English is not coming to me right now, guys. I just won't risk what I'm not willing to lose. So, yeah, like I say, I'll probably just dip my toes back in XRP just on the fact of I'm going on a fucking bet. If they win the court case, happy days. We're going to moon. We're going to see 100% gains quick, in my opinion. More than that, probably. Probably see 200%, 300% gains, possibly. I think we'll see a $3 XRP easy if it wins the court case. If not, probably back down to 10 cents. But, sometimes you got to speculate to accumulate, ain't you? And that's a big speculation for me. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it other than hey, if they win the case, it's going up because it's going to be massive news. As far as I'm aware, I think it's the first time the SEC is really gone after a crypto in regards of securities, hasn't it? I could be wrong, but it's like the biggest, like, known one. Everybody knows about it, So, like I say, I think if they win the case, it's going to be decent, man. It's going to be decent. Let's see. Is anybody talking about Litecoin at the minute? So this dude here, this Raul Pal, doubling down on the Ethereum to 20k. He thinks he's going to 10x in the next 10 months. I don't think that's going to happen, if I'm honest, really, to be fair. Maybe possibly we might see insane gains at the end of the bull run, because, you can go from those gains, what you get in a month, in a week, they become gains, and then that weekly gain becomes a daily gain, and then that daily gain becomes an hourly gain. Like, you can see insane numbers, like, so I wouldn't write it off, but I don't think it's going to happen. I reckon maybe a 5k ETH max, 6k, but, I'm a little bit more conservative on my estimates, because it stops me getting bummed out then if it doesn't reach that, because I think, if you're a little bit over expecting, you think, yeah, it's going to this. If it doesn't, you get a little bit fucking, oh shit, you know what I mean? And I think it dictates how you decide to also trade it as well. What's Link doing at the minute? I'm seeing people tweeting about Link, man. I've got a little bit of Link. Is Link making a run? Because last time I looked, it was doing actually all right. Ooh. Oh yeah, we did break $30. I think I saw it break $30, didn't we? Let's have a look on the 15-minute. Yeah, I'm not looking shabby at all. We've come back down. We've bounced off that EMA. I think Link's looking like he's about to push, man. My new EMA setup really is working for me quite well, man. The pumps are really respecting it. So yeah, we're in a little bit of ascending triangle here. Looking good. In my eyes, very bullish. RSI is not looking too bad as well. It looks like we might have a decent bit of hidden bullish divergence there, have we? Yes, we have a nice little bit of hidden bullish divergence there, guys. You see here, we got this low compared to this low on the RSI, much lower, and there, much higher. So hidden bullish divergence there. Whether it plays out, another thing. We did just cross over on the MACD, but it looks like we're possibly going to try and cross over again. It looks like selling pressure is really waning there. I think it's going to attempt, it's respecting this line, this trend line. I think it's going to attempt to push up and have a go at breaking the $31.50 mark, which if it does, I think we could see a $35 ETH. Link very soon, actually, if I'm honest. He's had a really good run today, hasn't he? Really good run. Well, yesterday. We're after midnight now. So from around about 3 o'clock till... Wait, what? Oh, we're on the 15-minute, that's why, aren't we? Jesus, what? In the space, really? In the space of an hour it went up that much? Man, Jesus Christ, it did, yeah. Link had a nice little push at the end of the night, didn't it? Really did, because Link's kind of like, I must admit, but you look at it on the longer time and you're like, dude, that looks great, man. Lovely, healthy gains. That is really, really healthy. Not going too parabolic, just gradually coming up. We're getting the higher highs, higher lows. Really moving up in a nice, healthy manner that's going to give us good potential to move up. Now we've had this little pump, we're consolidating a little bit. I think we could start to really start maybe seeing some quite strong moves from Link. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a $100 Link quite soon. I think if we can get to $40 by the start of next week, Tuesday or something like that. I think once it gets to $40, it's really going to be bearing down on $50. And I think if we hit that $50, that's going to be a psychological mark. Like I said, people are going to be like, wait, look, Link's at $50. Let me get some Link, and I think we'll see $100 in no time. I really do. Like what we're talking at if we get to $100, what we're talking there? We're talking like what? Maybe just 200. I was about to say 250, 220% gain. Totally possible. It's alt season, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, you've seen some of these alts at the moment, and we've just got into alt season, so some of these could still continue to go. We're seeing like 2,500% gains. You know what I'm saying? So like this is still got potential to do a couple of 100% possibly. So like I do genuinely think we're going to see a $100 Link, man. I do. Link's got lots of potential as well. Like some people really don't like it, but like Link's got Link is going to be something that's going to be here to stay, man. You know what I mean? I really think we'll be seeing a Future Link pushing $500 and stuff. This bull run, conservative estimate for me, and I know that might seem a bit nutty, but I do think it's a conservative estimate. I think anywhere between $80 to $100. It could see more, but I think we might see a $100 Link this run, if I'm honest. Looks like Litecoin's finding a little bit of resistance at the 203 mark, but that is great to see, man. We have smashed through that $200 mark on Litecoin, so that's awesome. Like, even if, like, say, it's just a psychological thing to look at that, but that's great to see, man. I like it. It looks like ADA's attempting to have a little chug now, 93 cents. Like I say, what we need to happen now. Where are we sitting at? Oh, Ethereum's had a little bit of a pump as well. Maybe that's what's pulling things up a little bit. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's kind of just, Bitcoin's having this little bit of a stagnation. It's maybe what's causing things to drive a little bit. But I think what'll happen, so if Bitcoin pulls below this sort of line here and starts to pull down, ETH will just come straight back down, man. It will. You know, ETH's just so tied to Bitcoin at the minute. Hopefully it's going to have those moves where it starts really going insane. Like, that's why I say, I think if we could get to that 60k, consolidate at 60k for Bitcoin, I think that'll send ETH through the fucking roof, man. I think, like, you know, we could see a 3.5k ETH in that time, personally, if I'm honest. What else we got up here? RSR looking really nice, man. Like I say, consolidating a little bit. No reason why I can't see it continuing to the upside. We were overbought. We're coming back into to a nice area now. We just crossed over on the MACD. Like I say, I think we'll probably come back down to around about 66 cents, and then we'll continue our journey to the upside. Litecoin's still sitting just above 200. That'd be nice now if we can take it into the next candle and really see this as a little area of support at the 199, 200 level, and really backtest that then, and then continue to go. You know, we could really, like, this sort of move, man. Like, Litecoin's been, you know, it's had quite a bit of consolidation because it nearly got up here before. So, like, this is really, like, say, mirroring Bitcoin once again at 42k mark, like we did with Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? 2 days after Bitcoin peaked out, I think, wasn't he? Bitcoin peaked out on the 8th, I think. And then what have we done? We've consolidated just like Bitcoin. You know what I mean? We broke out. We had sort of this little bit of sideways action after the breakout, just like Bitcoin. Now we're moving up. So if Bitcoin, like I say, does move up a nice chunk, we could easily see Litecoin, in my opinion, $300, $400, which will be lovely as well. Depending on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin really goes on a fucking run, you know, Litecoin's going to get dragged up with it because it really is tied to Bitcoin so hard. What's Bitcoin doing? It looks like Bitcoin, we might see a little bit more continuation to the downside of Bitcoin. We're looking a little bit weak here. We didn't manage to pull back over the MACD there. Yeah, I think we're probably going to see a little bit more. I don't know, like I say, we could just trade sideways for a little bit at the minute, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back down to around about the 46.5, 47, 46.7. Attempt to rally back up, maybe get rejected again off this 47.8, just short of 48k, come back down, maybe find some support off the trend line, and then attempt a rally up, hopefully. But like I say, it could break down off this. It is totally possible. I don't think we are going to just yet, though. Like I say, I think before we have a real major breakdown on Bitcoin, I think we're probably going to push to 55, 60k. Then we're going to have a decent correction, and then we're going to see that run to 100k, personally. Doge is attempting to push up as well. It seems like everything else is, so there's no reason why Doge shouldn't attempt it. Doge is really flagging though, like, you know what I mean? You're getting these strong pushes off other coins at the moment. Like, you know, like I said, it's inflationary anyway, Doge is, but that doesn't mean it looked nice and clean, then I forgot we got all that shit on there. It doesn't mean that we can't see some more upside, but like, it's really struggling. It just doesn't seem to want to be able to break that like 8.5 cents mark, which is that 9 cents upper limit. And you know, it seems to be really struggling around the 7 cents. Seems 7 to 7.5 cents seems to really be a bit of a struggle bus area for Doge at the moment. Which, like I say, makes sense, man. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot more people taking profit now. You know, there's only so long that new people to the scene are going to be like, Doge is going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's probably going to, because like I said, there's some people out there that are like, I'm holding because I think in a couple of years' time, Doge is going to be worth dollars and dollars, which I disagree with. Is it possible with the dev team sort of coming back and maybe things changing? I do think Doge has potential to be used. It's got a use case for transactions, but there's better stuff out there that has better use for transactions, so there's no reason why it'll become the gold standard in that sense. But, you know, there's use cases for it. But, yeah, like I say, you know, I made my money on the original pump. I made a little bit of money here. I'm not fucking around with Doge yet, and I don't think it's a thing to be fucking around with. Like I say, it's pump and dump coin, and we're really in a precarious time at the moment. We've had 2 particular pumps now. It's held that sort of level for a while. We're getting lower highs now, guys. We're getting lower lows as well. We're still respecting this trend line, so there's nothing to say we can't see some more chance at the upside coming back down. You never know, maybe breaking out, trying 10 cents. I don't think it's possible though now, personally. Not that it's possible, I don't think it's probable. It's possible, but I don't think it's probable. I think we're probably going to attempt it, and then we're going to break down, personally. And I think we're probably going to see something around about the 5 cent mark for a little while, and then I think Doge will like kind of hover around there for a bit before it really dumps down to like 2 cents. But I think like 2 cent possibly come the new floor for Doge. You know, because over the years, Doge has been continuing to trade to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe this could become the new bottom for Doge. You know, 2.5 cents. That'd be great, because, you know, that'd mean that the next pump would be decent. So, like, if it comes back down to 2.5 cents, you know, once everything's settled, you buy back in at 2.5 cents. Next freaking cycle that Doge has, you might be seeing like a 10 to 12 cent. What's it? So still a nice little gain if it happens. But, you know, with Doge, it's like, there's no point putting too much emphasis on one particular way, really, because you might think, hey, yo, it looks like we're getting a good push to the upside, and it'll fucking dump. And then you're like, oh, shit, it's dumping, and then it'll fucking try and rally. It's a pump and dump, you know what I mean? But, like I say, it's it's holding on for dear life, so I think it's gonna die soon, in the sense that it's gonna fucking nosedive. But, like I say, it just depends whether fucking Elon Musk keeps coming out to save it, innit? Because it seems like he's got that sort of motivation at the minute to keep trying to fucking save it, man. EOS is still attempting to come through this line. Like I say, I think if we find some support there, I'll probably jump in on EOS if I'm honest. I'm looking at trades that I said I wasn't going to take, man. It looks like BAT is going to try and decide which way it's going now. Like I say, this triangle's terrible. I won't really put too much in it. Might see a continuation to the trading to the side. But I'm a little bit more bullish on it. I think we're probably going to see an upturn on BAT. I think we're going to see a continuation to the upside, especially with everything else is going at the minute. We've bounced off that EMA. It's kind of been what it's been doing. It's done this before, bounced off the EMA, did exactly the same thing pretty much. It's kind of doing the same thing at the minute, although it's a little bit more of a descending triangle. But still, when you're in a bullish market, you know, a descending triangle typically will lead to the downside. But in a bull market, you know, I wouldn't write it off going to the upside because it's a bull market. You don't really want to be putting too much emphasis on something dropping. Like I say, the only thing that I'm really looking at the minute that's going to dive is Doge. But like I say, I still think there's potential upside. I say it over and over again because I do still think that potential's there. Let's have a look at the 15 minute on Dot. Dot seems to be struggling a little bit at the minute, doesn't he? Seems to be finding himself a little bit of support off the EMA here, though. So it has been doing this, really. I did say that, you know, like, you know, it looked like it was going to... And he's doing exactly what I said, actually. It's exactly what I said. He has these little pumps. It consolidates for a bit. Pumps, consolidates, pumps, consolidate. So we're going to see this consolidation a little bit. Maybe till tomorrow, possibly. And then I think we're probably going to see, or in the early hours of the morning, might see another pump. And if we do, I would be surprised if we break through $30 to $31. I'd say that's my move that I think we're going to take, actually. Yeah, break $30 maybe. So yeah, man, there is some moves happening right now, man. There is some serious moves happening right now, but it's all in everything. But Bitcoin at the moment, Bitcoin's just kind of stagnating, man. But like I say, that's kind of what you want for the alt season. We just don't want Bitcoin to pull back too much. Just trade in this range. Like I say, if we could trade in this range all over the weekend, man, it'd be fucking lovely. People have been making some bank. Either pushing for that 94 cents mark. See, look, see what I said. As soon as Bitcoin seems to do that sideways trading, pump, man, pump. Makes sense, you know what I mean? People are going to be taking profits off Bitcoin as soon as it starts stagnating and moving it into other coins, and then as soon as they start stagnating, they're moving it back over into Bitcoin. It's kind of why you get these, like, this flow across. XRP is, you know... No, I think XRP is going to continue to the. I think XRP is going to attempt to break this higher 772. Well, this local high, should I say? I think if it does that, like XRP could see a nice turn up, but possibly going to see a little bit of a correction before that happens. Maybe come back down to around about 58 cents, possibly lose a couple of cents off the value, maybe 57 cents, maybe a little bit lower. But I think it's going to bounce off that then as well. But yeah, XRP actually looking quite nice at the minute. Like I say, still one of them ones you've got to be really careful about getting into, guys, because they're getting sued. So if they lose the case, shit's dumping. If they win the case, shit's pumping. It's just one of them. But it's like a bet at the minute, really. You're just betting on what's going to happen in the case. But like I say, if you've got a little bit of change, I'm going to be doing it because fuck it, you know, a flutter now and again won't hurt anybody. Bitcoin's attempting to pop back down through this, it's still attempting to trade a little bit in this range. I think we're probably going to see a little bit of a downturn, but it's trying to trade through this range. So, you know, like I say, that's good for us at the minute because really, at the minute, we want our altcoin bags to pop. Still sitting around 94 cents on ADA. Yeah, man. Link $30, just over $30, guys. That's nice. We maxed out at what? $31.50 roundabout. VeChain looks like it's trying to move to the upside again. It looks like it's trying to break through that little pocket that it's got there. Have we got a little ascending triangle maybe on the 15 minutes maybe? Not really an ascending triangle. What about the 1 minute? That's the 1 month picks. I was going to say, what the fuck's going on the 1 minute? That's a month. I think we're going to see a continuation to the up, man. You know, we're going to sideways trade a little bit. We're getting to that point there. We're going to price decisions are going to have to happen, man. We're going up or we're going down. If somebody had a gun to my head, I think we're going to go up. I think we'll see 60 cents, and once we break above this high, man, you know, I think we'll see maybe possibly 77 cents. Sorry, should I say not 70 cents? 7 cents, quite quick. What's the Thor tokens doing? Man, up 64%. Nice. I just decided to grab a bag of these. I really don't know what value they're going to come up because they are just the gas tokens, but like, you know, usage goes up. There's a good chance that their price is going to go up maybe. I've got a fat little bag of them, so, you know, if it makes any serious moves. Not that it's going to. Yeah, man. All right. I might start taking some profit off my VeThor tokens, man. I got like fucking 10,000 of the fuckers. Yeah, alright, market's looking good at the minute, guys. Like I say, the only thing at the minute that's looking a little bit weak, possibly could go either way, is Bitcoin, and obviously that'll drag the market either way, but it's still trading within this channel, this rising channel. But like I say, these can play out bearish, but at the minute I think we're still in a bullish situation. So I think we're probably going to trade between these two resistance points for a little bit maybe, and then we're going to see a break to the upside or the downside. But I think that, you know, it could take till Monday till that happens, guys. I don't think we're going to see much price action over the weekend. I could be totally wrong, you know, like I said, don't take my word for it, but at the minute, looking quite stagnant. Bitcoin is, which, like I say, great for us. That's what we want. Well, that's it. That's what you want if you've got altcoins. Not if you're a Bitcoin maximist, then you're going to maximalist, you just want it to go up. But considering I've got some nice bags of altcoins at the moment, and that's kind of what I'm looking to make quick, well, not quick profit, that's where I'm looking to scale profit at the minute, because like I say, I'm not taking any profit from my Bitcoin, so I don't really need to worry about Bitcoin flying too much just yet. Obviously, I want it to get to a nice price at the end, just for the fact of that, you know, being a positive for the next bull run for me. That's what it's about with Bitcoin. This, like I said, I might scalp some profits, probably won't though, because I'm just trying to get as much Bitcoin as I can at the moment. So I'll be spending the next 3 years just buying over the next 3 years. Like I say, the three things that I'm going to be doing over the next 3 years, well, four actually, probably, you know, I'll be buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and Polkadot. They're going to be the things that when we go into the bear market, I am going to be buying as much of them as I possibly can, to the point that when we come to the next bull run, I'm going to have nice bags, hopefully. And obviously, I'll be buying some other stuff along the way. Stuff that I think that is going to look, you know, like I says, once Doge dumps totally, I'll get some Doge just for the fact of it's fun, and it'll, you know, get involved in the pumps as well. But yeah, they're going to be like my 4 hodls, really. And then probably maybe some Litecoin as well, because like I say, Litecoin just follows Bitcoin, so it never hurts to have a bit of Litecoin, because, you know, Bitcoin goes up, Litecoin goes up, it just happens, you know what I'm saying? And we're looking at really nice amounts for Litecoin now. Like I say, we could really even see a $500 Litecoin this run, possibly. It might happen, depends on what Bitcoin does, but it's looking strong at the minute. We broke through $200 nicely, with Bitcoin kind of just fucking around, which is quite unusual for Litecoin, actually. Shows we truly are in alt season at the minute, if, like, you know, Litecoin's kind of decoupling a little bit. Obviously, Bitcoin dumps, it'll get dragged back down. Everything will. But, you know, like the other day when we had that Bitcoin dump, ADA kind of held out for a while, and then the second dump, and then it got pulled down. Litecoin will just get pulled down with it, really. But like I say, at the minute, it's in price discovery. It's having a nice little move. Litecoin is looking really nice. If we can try and find support around this high, you know what I mean, or back test around about here and give this as a nice little bit of support for us, that could give us a strong position to move to the upside over the coming weeks and months, hopefully. EOS looking really good at the minute. Like I say, knew it was looking good on the charts for ages, but I kind of emotionally tried it in the sense, fuck it, I'm just going to transfer it into another asset. And now it's looking like, man, it's looking like that's a nice ass fucking chart right now. You know, we're up nearly 100%, bro. Fucking hell. Kind of wish I had sold them now. But what I'm going to wait for here, I'm not getting in just yet. If we break through here and we... actually, let's watch it, because, you know, let's go for both of them. We'll see, because we might break through here, get rejected and range here a little bit. If we break through these 5.5 cent mark, probably going to get back in. I'm not going to wait just yet, because we're coming close to resistance. We could get rejected off this, you know, because EOS really hasn't been doing much, but it's definitely making moves now. We're in bull run, you know, coins are going to just explode out of nowhere. But like I say, I'm going to wait for it to break through here first. I know it's waiting a little bit, but we could easily get rejected off both of these resistance levels. But I think if we break through, back test this, I think we could see 7.5 to 8 cents in no time, which still, even if you come in at a confirmation around about 5.5 cents, you're still looking at a nice 52% gain there, which I think it probably, if it does break through there, I think that's probably going to go higher than that, if I'm honest. You know, I think we could possibly see, it's a bit crazy, but I think we could see 15. You know what I'm saying? It's 15 and a half on EOS. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on that. See what it's saying tomorrow. I think we might actually break through that throughout the night, depending on how things go. All depending on what Bitcoin does, really. Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing, man. I think we're gonna see some nice moon shots over the coming days with these altcoins. Yeah, he's just trading within this downward descending triangle at the minute. Dotties, ADA, yeah, ADA's just struggling a little bit as well at the minute. You know, like I say though, ADA needs to consolidate. It even needs a correction, or it needs to consolidate. And I kind of want it to, because I want ADA to go on fucking fire. It's been on fire for the last few days, but it needs to chill a little bit, take a breath, and then go again. So yeah. Yeah, all right then, guys, I'm going to fuck off now anyway. It's 12:30, I'm knackered, I've been talking that much now, I've got a sore throat, and I'm going to go and get some sleep, because I don't want to try and make any trades just now, because I'm half asleep, and that's when you make fucking shit trades. But I'm going to keep my eye on XRP, I know, but I'm going to keep my eye on it, and I'm also going to keep my eye on EOS as well, as ones to maybe hop into at the moment, just to see how things go. I'm gonna wait for the like I say, that breakthrough on EOS, and I'm probably just gonna grab some XRP, just like I say, just in the case of seeing what happens with the court case. I think a lot of other people are doing the same thing. I think that's why we're seeing price increase, if I'm honest, because I've seen people questioning it. I think that's what it is. People are just hedging the bets. Yo, if I win the case, I'm making money. If they lose, you know, maybe I'll lose, whatever, we'll see. But I'm going to do that as well. I don't suggest to do that, though, guys, because you're pretty much gambling at that point. But, you know, sometimes it's a little flutter, as long as you're only messing with money that you can afford to lose. So, anyway, I'm fucking off. Have an amazing rest of your night, or if it's the morning, enjoy your early hours, all right, guys? As always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, drink your water, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening, or the night. Stay safe, have fun, and get them tendies. I'll see you later, guys, all right? Bye-bye.